Okay, there we go. All right, cool. Now we can start going here. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to move this back. There we go. Okay, cool. So we were on the downtime part of this. So I do know that you guys have already put in your XP that you've gained for that, if I remember correctly.
I hope you have it written down because I
Um,
don't.
I have absolutely no idea. I can't remember. It's such a long time ago now.
yeah, it
Yeah,
has been.
yeah, I'd have to go.
Let me take a look. I'm just taking a look at your sheets under the playbook enhancements. Because if I remember correctly, you guys actually ended up spending those points already on. Oh, you did. You took those points and you
Did
put them
okay.
into your abilities already. That's why you guys have an extra arrow on one of your stats.
Right.
And you can only
Okay.
start. You can only start if you get a new stat. You can only start the one arrow, and it can't go beyond your highest arrow. So right now on Spike, you've got two, 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 and then a one under Scramble. So
Yes.
that is fine.
Oh yeah, I
Right. So
wanted
we've
to
done that
check
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody's updated their sheets except for Dee Dee. So Dee Dee, we're gonna get you to fix your sheet. I'm just gonna run you through real quick how the advancement works. So the way it works is that during the mission, you have a playbook on your character sheet, and on that playbook are about three different things that you would have needed to have done during the session to earn you XP that you can then apply to your character later on. So it is up to you to pay attention to it as best you can to try and meet one of those expectations every single session you play. Typically, it's not that hard because you have to address a tough challenge using wisdom or the way, which you're related to. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background in some shape or form. And then you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. So, another thing that you guys do during downtime, which we'll touch on in a second, is indulging in your vice to remove any stress from your bars. Because during missions, you will be stressed out. The only way to get rid of the stress is to indulge in a vice uh, during the downtime, which happens at the end of a session. And
Nicely done.
yeah, so it's very similar to what you guys are used to in Fate, but the only way to get rid of the stress is to indulge in the vice. And you can overindulge and cause damage to your character. So it depends on your role that you are able to do. But like I said, we'll touch on that in a second. Right now, I believe everybody got at least 2 XP from the last session. So I'm automatically going to give you that, Dee Dee. Um, and then everybody has indulged in their vices and dealt with the stress of things. Because you weren't here last session, you don't even have to do that, so we can skip that part. Um, let's see here. Yeah, so recovery, repair, train. Here we are. Okay. When you spend time training, you mark 1 XP on the XP track for each attribute or playbook advancement. So that applies to you. So automatically, you're going to get 2 XP that you can use. Once you do that, then you can apply that XP to your abilities that we have up here. So the insight, the prowess, uh, and the resolve. So first we got to check to see how much XP costs per level up. Because I believe it's just 1 every 2 XP. That might actually be on the leveling part of it. Da, da, da. If you have the appropriate crew training unlocked, mark 1 XP. See crew upgrades. You can also train to give XP. Track only once per downtime. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking through the book on how do we level up these characters here. Downtime. Actions. Here we are. Advancement. Prowess track. Oh! Okay, yeah, I know how that works. So, you mark the 2 XP on the track, and I think you already did that, Dee Dee. You put it under the resolve, yeah? Dee Dee, you there? Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. So you don't mark the arrows at all. What you do is you mark the track that you're on. So the 2 XP that you get from the end of the session under your playbook advancement, you take those 2 bars and you can move it to the track that you want to eventually level up. So we actually did that incorrectly, I think, here. Let me take a look at yours again, Spike. I want to compare it to hers. Okay, so Dee Dee, you should only have 3 2 bars and 1 1 bar, which you do, which is good. And then for the resolve, you should only have 2 bars filled in, not 3. Okay, so yeah, from the last session, what we ended up doing is you took the playbook advancement and you move those 2 bars into one of the 3 categories, which I see Spike did. So Spike took his 2 bars from the playbook enhancement at the end of the session and applied them to the prowess category. So how this works is every session you do, you can get upwards of like probably 4 XP if you focus on doing your playbook. And that at the end of the session, you basically, well, during the session, when you do this, you say, okay, I'm doing this action, which should apply to my playbook of I addressed a tough challenge with force or threats. You have to tell me that as you do it, because if you don't, I'm not going to remember every little thing that everybody's done through the session, and then you guys all wait to the end and tell me, okay, I should have gotten points for all of this. I'd be like, I don't remember you doing that, or I don't think that would apply. So we need to get into the habit of dealing with it at that time, and you need to tell me, because I did this, this applies to this playbook. DM, is that okay? And then we can rule on it right then and there, and then we can like yes or no, and then you immediately put in that bar if I say yes under your playbook advancement. So that way keep track of it on the way, as opposed to like at the very end trying to remember what everybody did. Okay? So that's the favor I'm asking of you guys. If you're going to be doing any sort of action and you think it applies to your playbook, you need to tell me right then and there, and then we can discuss it and then move on. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I just can't remember how we get XP.
Yeah, so the way you get XP is unique to your character. So if you guys look on your character sheet, on the left-hand side, you scroll down to the very bottom, and it says Mark XP Playbook Advancement.
Right, yeah.
That is how
okay.
your character gets XP. Every person's character is different.
Yeah. Although I forgot my backstory, so I have a general idea, but you know.
It's okay. Like I said, we have been away for over a month now, so we're not gonna. I'm not gonna penalize you guys just for forgetting a couple things. So I'm gonna be lenient for this session in regards to your playbook advancement, just because of that. The only other thing that I have a mild concern about is if people start getting more XP than the others, that may cause a balance issue, but we'll figure that out as we go. It doesn't really have anything in the book that specifies, hey, you got to keep everybody around the same level. So if people start getting a little too far ahead than others, we're gonna have to figure out a way to fix that.
Mm.
Yeah. But aside from that, everybody's caught up. Everybody's got their 2 bars in from the last session. So now we can get started with this next one here. So if I remember correctly, actually, I should also pull up the notes for that because I did keep those. There is notes in regards to the crew, where you guys started, what area. Okay, so to bring Dee Dee up to speed, you guys have a Stardancer.
Don't you mean light speed?
Aha! Jokes already off the bat. Gotta love it.
Alright. We're throwing your character out the airlock.
My sides hurt because I am laughing so
I
hard.
disagree.
That's what they call
Only
what
I get to do with it what I want.
it's his. Yeah, he's the pilot. He gets to tell who walks the plank or not. So yeah,
Yeah, sure, but
Only
up
light
in the
speed.
air and you're flying nothing.
yeah. It's only light speed, not heavy speed. Like it's not. We're not going that fast.
Not absolutely ludicrous speed.
Yeah.
Or heavy slow.
Okay, so the Stardancer in general is a smuggling ship. There's some little nooks and crannies you guys can hide things in, that sort of thing. So to bring us up to speed, Cody is the pilot. Dee Dee, you're the mystic. David is the mechanic. And then Dave is the muscle. You guys have a reputation of being unstable. Pretty obvious. Your current ship upgrades are as follows. You guys have a galley. Galley is basically your cantina where you keep all the cooking supplies and all that stuff to eat. You each have private quarters, so you don't have to sleep in bunks together.
Yay!
Yeah. You have a Nexus link, which is basically space internet.
Oh yeah.
You guys have a jump drive, so you guys can jump from one area of the system to the next, as long as you're at one of the hubs that allows you to do that. So if you look on the map, you'll see those little like circles with the little tails at the end. Those are where the jump stations are. So your ship has the capability of going to a jump station and jumping from one system to another using your jump drive. You also have a cargo hold to hold all of your lovely little non-legal or your legal
Legal ones, yeah.
legal cargo. And then you got smuggling compartments, which holds all your illegal cargo. Now you have,
Possible Leonardo is carrying.
in order to keep your ship afloat, basically, at the very beginning, you guys had to make a deal with the Wreckers, which is a faction. You chose to owe them a favor in the future because they gave you parts for your ship to make sure it was space-worthy. You guys have a special ability called Cargo Eye, which was unlocked under your ship character sheet, which should be posted there, and you guys should be able to see that.
Ship counter sheet.
Yep. So if we click on ship mode, so the Cargo Eye, your crew gains +1 credit for smuggling or delivering jobs. Whenever you gather info, you can always ask, what is the most valuable here? So basically, you guys have a good understanding on what to take and what is junk, and it will gain you an extra credit at the end of the mission to
Yeah,
do
we did
so.
that last game, I think.
Yes, you did. Yeah. So that's something we can deal with in just a moment, because you have to decide what you want to put in your vault and what you want to have on you at the time.
Didn't we? Yeah, that. But
Yeah.
didn't we do like all the logistics before we ended the last session?
Not for the ship. So if I'm looking at the ship mode, you've got a bar that's full of credit, but you only have one bar in the vault. So the way this game works is the most credit you guys can carry at one time on you and in the vault are 8 bars. You have to spend your money on something, which is not going to be hard because you have upkeep costs that we have to take into account. So now, there is a current upkeep of your ship of 2. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to decide where we're taking that money from. Do you want to take it from the money you guys have on you right now, or do you want to take half from your vault and then a bit from yourselves?
I don't see why we wouldn't want to just do half and half.
Yeah, the only thing that I will mention to you is the credit, the 4 bars, that is money you have on your ship. were anybody to decide to attack you and board your ship, all of your money, or at least most of it, is on you right now. So during the downtime phase, if you have any credit on your ship, you can dump that into the vault.
Yeah, I was going to suggest we remove 2 from the cred because then we've got one in the vault where it's safe.
Okay, so we're going to remove 2 cred from there. Oh, actually, it just takes it from there. Okay, never mind. So I'm going to...
You know, so it's what everybody thinks. I mean...
Yeah.
Which do we think? We should vote on it.
My only worry with that is if we have something we really need to purchase, but I'm not sure how money works in the system.
Okay, so from what I can tell here, it's not letting me just put money in the vault and just put money in the credit. If I remove 2 bars, it just goes into credit. So we're going to...
Well, there you go.
We'll assume that, yeah, it actually makes it simple. So at this point, we're just going to remove 2 bars. You guys have 3 credit on you. So that is what you're carrying on you at this time. What I'm going to do is, were you to be attacked and boarded, I'm going to say that your credit that you already have from previous sessions is safe. However, anything that you find during that session is open for stealing.
Yeah.
Just to make it fair for you guys, okay? So any credit earned previous session, that's going to be locked away, and then you guys just spend it on upkeep or whatever you have. You got like a space credit card, we'll say. Space Visa. So, with that taken care
Multi-pass.
Yes, multi-pass.
Why didn't you go for that one? It was the obvious one.
But because a multi-pass is an ID card, it's not a credit card.
Might as well be a
Lilu multi-passes. I actually have that. When they had those like what do they call them? Those like monthly like nerd boxes all those years ago when it was like COVID time and people were like getting nothing. Yeah, I applied to those. I have so many Funko Pops that I just gave away because I had no use for them. They're basically the new version of Beanie Babies. Like, people have like intrinsic value in them, but they're really actually worthless. So I got those, and then I got a Lilu multipass, and I can't remember where I put it. I wonder if I kept it or not. But anyway,
You better have kept it.
yeah. I actually have a Firefly Christmas ornament as well, so I was pretty happy about that. Okay, anyway, we're getting off track. So, upkeep is done on the Stardancer. You guys have paid the 2 credits for that. You guys have 3 remaining, which is pretty good for a start. So, just to recap from the last session, because I know Dee Dee wasn't here, is you guys made a deal with we'll say, yeah, a very lovely Slovakian space mob boss to basically go and get some cargo for him and then deliver it to him.
Vladislav.
Yes. Vladislav. Exactly. You got it. Yeah. So Vladislav, you guys went and robbed a train that was bound for a mining colony. On that train, you managed to get the cargo, and you were able to get it to Vladislav. However, in the meantime, there wasn't enough room for the cargo and the people on the train to leave with it. So the people who were on the train had to get off at the mining colony, in which case they found out from the local law enforcement that the cargo that you had stolen was medical supplies that the mining colony needed to deal with something called black lung, because there's a lot of people getting sick from the mines.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Sorry, I live in the Appalachian Mountains, and like that shit's serious.
Yep. So that's exactly what was happening. So at that time, you guys had the choice to either fuck over Vladislav and feel his wrath later, or give it to Vladislav and then get in trouble with the law enforcement at the mining colony. You guys opted to give it to Vladislav. So what ended up happening...
The law's less scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is you, at the end of the session, got a positive relationship with Vladislav, but you got a negative relationship with the local mining faction. So, you didn't clear it up yet. So they have a negative reputation. You guys have a negative reputation of that mining colony. So were you to go back there again, people would not be kind to you. As a matter of fact, the law enforcement did chase at least one or two of you out of the city, so they know that you had something to do with it. They have a good understanding of if they see your ship again, they're going to need to lock you down and then arrest you for what you did. But right now, you guys have no reason to go back for that again, and you made Vladislav quite happy, so he is more inclined to hire you for some more jobs in the future because of that relationship.
Hey, I was never spotted at all during that. I flew the ship and I landed the ship. And that was my job.
That's
I
the thing.
did my job.
I knew nothing. Plausible deniability, always the best alibi. Okay.
Exactly.
So, while this was happening, Dee Dee, I figured your character was probably on a pilgrimage because you're a mystic. So you were probably off doing your own thing at the time, and they just picked you up on the way out of that system. So, if you want...
Oh boy, it's the pilot episode.
Yeah. So we managed to have a big enough budget to hire another actress. So that's great. So hopefully we don't get canceled after one season and all our episodes are out of order. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah. So Dee Dee, if you want, you can give a quick description of your character, physical description, and what she does.
So, I have to ask first, did I send you an image of her at all, Smexy?
No, I don't believe you did, actually.
Okay, that makes this slightly easier.
Good.
I mean, there's a Barbie doll in the fun chat, but I don't think that's it. No,
Unlikely.
That's, Harley Quinn.
No, I promise you, she's not like Harley Quinn. So, what you would see is a young woman, late 20s, early 30s, kind of in that age range. Her hair is kind of I want to say, aqua blue, kind of like that, like darker shade, almost navy. Her eyes being a nice bit of green, and clothing-wise, she doesn't wear anything too terribly noticeable. Just kind of nice jacket, button-up shirt, pretty easy to get lost in the crowd type of ensemble. But you will notice, like, a certain way of like movement and stuff like that. Something is always just a little bit off. If you've had her around for a fight or something, you will definitely take notice of something just being a little bit further off when a fucking lightsaber appears.
Oh, we're going that route. Okay.
Finger guns.
Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. Cool. So I'm assuming you have this weapon on like a holster that you carry with.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. So are you wearing like robes with a hood, or are you just like?
She looks very casual. Like she looks kind of like I'll have to find the things, but it's very casual wear. I mean, okay. I can pull up the
So nothing like ceremonial, just like semi-casual clothes.
The most ceremonial thing would be a set of beads across on her neck.
Oh, okay. Got it. So a rosary chain to hit people with in case they get out of line.
Mhm.
Cool. All right.
Maybe it's a fucking rosary chain.
Should we introduce our characters briefly, just because?
Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, Dee Dee wasn't here last time, so yeah. We'll start with you, Dave, and then we'll go down the line.
Okay, just a quickie. Spike is muscle, which means he hits people, shoots them. Male, got a worn uniform. Ginger, 80s hair, manages to be smart and dishevelled at the same time. Drinks to forget what he did for the company. I'll do for now.
Yeah, that works. And then David, your character.
I had it's written somewhere, but I can't find it. So yeah, basically Leonardo is not too tall guy, but he has a faint smile on his face and a flowing, a bit longer hair. He also looks like he's almost sleepy, but still smiling. He wears a very you would call it branded clothes, but they're like ragged and all of that. So yeah, definitely wanna be rich, but not really. And he also has a duck that is actually a genius. He calls him Cesare.
Oh, I forgot about the duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
an engineer, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a mechanic.
Yeah.
Also, a big fan of expensive stuff, like fancy parties with violence and stuff, high art and heavy drugs. So all of that.
When you mention the duck, I immediately go to that movie, The Grinch That Stole Christmas, because the dog hands him like a wrench. He's like, "I said 4/6, not 5/8. Stay focused."
Yeah,
It's kind of like that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
The duck when he does stuff. So yeah.
And then Cody,
It is
your character.
the programming duck, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. That was the joke.
And then for my dude, have you ever played Dead Space?
Yes.
All right, just Isaac Clarke. There you go.
You just made Isaac. Wow.
Except he's a pilot.
And he's
Oh,
not suffering
okay.
from PTSD for his wife who's
Yeah.
haunting him as a ghost. We left that part out.
Okay.
He's not suffering from PTSD yet.
Ah, yes.
We're
Plenty of
Like,
time
no.
for that.
But he got like a good retirement plan from the military. Bought a ship and was like, you know what? Let's explore for a bit. And then dragged Leonardo along, and then was like, you know what? We need a muscle. And then found you, David's character. Sorry, I forgot name.
Yeah, I think he
Like,
hired
Spike.
Leonardo because the mechanic and he was running because of some haste
Yeah.
with the those guys that steal expensive technology things. But yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember you guys like being on the opposite ends of the war, but you kind of just like were able to put that aside, and you're like, "Hey, remember the time this happened on this planet?" You're like, "Oh shit, I was there. You're the guy that called in the arty strike on me." Aw.
Hey man, I was a pilot. If anything, I almost shot him, from an aerial.
Oh yeah. It's
Orbital bombing.
Listen, my bad.
Shit, I lost half my platoon to that drop.
That was an impressive strike, I guess. Says as not very much a civilian.
Well, I'd rather he's piloting to me, yeah.
Oh my god, this is the second campaign where I'm playing basically a civ. Alright, let's go.
Yay. So yeah, and then okay, so Dee Dee, how would your character have gotten involved with this crew exactly? Because we haven't really established that too much.
So since they are an archaeologist and kind of a historian type of character, one of the biggest things that they actively do is probably seek out companies and stuff that way so she can hide the things that she wants
Oh, okay.
to escape, not like for her to like keep like a klepto type of situation, but also not it belongs in the museum.
Oh,
More along
damn.
the lines
I
of-
was going for that.
more of it belongs to the people that it belonged to.
Oh, the indigenous population. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're protecting that kind of history for them. That's actually quite noble. Totally not going to bite you in the ass later.
Yeah, I wonder what you're doing with us.
What's this weird glowing orb that's just floating in the air? Don't touch it!
Oh, but come on. Why not? The
Do you
planet-
want
Yo.
to have your skin turn blue and you start to feel like you need to have
It's a
water
cosmic
all fucking
discombobulator.
time?
What are you doing?
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Use the duck.
You are an
Yeah.
idiot. That's
Yes,
just what
you
you
agree
are.
with me.
Don't
How
do
do
it.
we know?
That's why the duck's a genius.
What do you mean? What do I mean?
All the
Don't touch the fucking weird spice thing. You don't know what lies in between the abyss of the shadows and the stars, you idiot.
Yeah, this is
Knowledge
where we
is
get
all
into
to it.
you go on like this archaeologist dig looking for like an artifact, which is already lore in this. So that'd be interesting to do like an Indiana Jones type episode. I'd like to put together one of those eventually, but yeah, something to keep in mind for later. Okay, cool. So now that we got all those intros out of the way, we can get started with your current mission. So we're gonna pick up
We need
exact.
to, before stuff, the
Yep.
ship and the resources.
Oh, we already took care of that. Your upkeep
Oh, we
costs
did.
are paid for.
Oh, nothing else.
Yeah, we're paid
Yep,
off.
that's it.
Not dead yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So your ship,
Oh,
you guys are refueled. You repaired any possible damage to the ship. You're able to get it up and running again, and you've taken off. So we're going to basically pick up where you guys left off last time. We're going to say that you guys are on your way to another job. You're already in the middle of space right now, and you're heading towards a planet. But on the way, the sensors that you have on your ship, being just standard sensors, which means you guys don't really have like a high range, but you do pick up sort of like a blip on your sensors on the ship. And when you do so, you see in front of you, on just floating above a planet, is a ship that's kind of just slowly spinning in a counterclockwise motion. It looks like there is some debris floating around it. As you get closer, you notice that it has been heavily damaged, and from what you can tell, there's no lights on in the ship or anything. It's just spinning listlessly, slowly getting pulled in by the gravity of the planet.
Salvage right.
Horizon.
I was about to say, this looks like a perfect setup for a trap.
Event Horizon movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there? Can we scan for life signs? Do we have that technology, or is that not a thing?
You do not have that technology.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just have the basic scanner that would allow you to say it's like 3 clicks out,
That's
there's
what-
something over here, kind of thing.
Yeah, I struggle with sci-fi. You have to figure
I
out.
feel like
what
the
your
plot
limits
is
are.
pointing us in this direction.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Anyway, let's just leave.
could just screw
the
tape and say,
hook alone
"Nah, look
and go back to our business."
Well,
No.
you know, I mean,
Um,
assuming we're not
so-
genre savvy, it would be,
I-
oh, let's pinch that.
I was actually about to ask, when you have the thing that you chose as, like, it's highlighted in blue, right?
Oh, you mean the arrows?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Like, in special abilities and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is
Damn it.
that we have.
yeah, so anything where you have an arrow, you can click
Mhm.
on the description next to that to roll for it. That's how that works. So on your character sheet under Insight, I could go to Spike's thing. He's got 2 in Doctor. You click on Doctor, and then I tell you what the position is first. So there's
Okay.
the controlled, which is just normal. There's the risky, which is a little slightly harder. And there's desperate, which is like it could go very badly either way.
Okay, I'll do a risky roll on Doctor.
Yeah, so
I was going. The reason why I ask is because one of the
There you go.
abilities
Ooh,
I
that
have
wasn't very good.
Not quite.
is visions.
okay, yeah.
Spend 1 stress point to remotely view a distant place or person tied to you in some intimate way. That would not work.
No. If you don't
spend
know
one-
that person, then yeah.
If you spend 1 stress point on each feature, the lasts for a minute, and the moment your target can also see and hear you. You may see something only familiar to you, not intimate. Okay. Okay, that answered my question.
Okay, cool. So I think the pilot could actually do something with their abilities.
I got Ace Pilot and Punch It. I don't have anything for scanning.
Yeah. There's study. If you had something like anybody can roll for this, but
I have two, but Leonardo is his room. He's not there, you know.
yeah. So the only people that would really know what kind of ship this would be the pilot and the engineer. So if you have 0 in study, for the pilot and engineer, I would say this is
I have 2 in study.
risky.
Yeah, I got 0.
This will be risky if if you
I'm just gonna go on the ship's intercom and just notify. Hey, Leonardo, I need you up here.
His room is locked and you hear from the inside, I've been sent into outer space.
Listen, I'm gonna vent somebody today.
To find another race. And you hear some, you know, gears switching and clicking inside.
beautiful.
So does he come up to the pilot's area or no?
The sound.
He's busy singing right now. That's all you
Yeah,
hear.
well, actually, music blasting from the inside, and he's focused on doing whatever.
All right, the comms will just slowly get louder as I start yelling into them to get Leonardo's attention.
What do you mean, Cesare? Somebody is calling. Oh, okay. The music stops. He goes out, and you hear a cloud of, you know, something being smoked inside, spreading into the rest of the ship. But yeah, he's slowly trundling his way
It's
there.
a very
Yes,
sour
Silas.
smell.
Yeah, his eyes are a bit red. But yeah, you called.
Right, I'm summoning you to the front so that you can look at this. Just, do you know what the ship is? Trying to ID it. I can't. I don't think I know it.
It looks like a spaceship.
Well,
Hold on.
Okay.
Can I roll study?
That'll help. So, how many points do you have in study?
2.
2? I'm gonna make this just a controlled one.
All right.
Yeah.
Standard effect, right?
Yep. Standard. Controlled.
Bonus dice 2 or 1.
You get 2, because you have 2 points in study.
Yeah, you don't get bonus dice though, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
When you
it's-
roll it, it asks
so-
if you have bonus dice.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's 1d per action dot. So you only get 2 dice, and then if you push yourself, you get an additional 1, and if you spend a gamut, you get additional 1. So
Yeah.
we'll just count
Yeah,
the
yeah, so
top,
only first
the
two,
first
yeah.
2. So we're counting the first 2. You got a 4 and a 2. So the highest is a 4. You hesitate, withdraw, and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. Okay, so what you see is you think it is a frigate of some kind, because it is larger than your ship, but you're not sure what its capabilities are. If it was like a transport frigate, a personnel carrier, you're not sure.
Oh, come on, Silas.
a-
You know this is
it's a
frigate,
frigate,
you
quite-
know.
Fairly large ship then.
It's
Yeah.
larger than Galileo. Well, we can actually go and salvage some stuff, you know. We need some modulators for hyperdrive, you know. Because you didn't give me money for the last time. You gave me barely
What
enough.
are you talking about? We're over budget. For once in my life, I actually gave you the money. What did you do with it?
Well,
Did
I
you
spent
gamble?
on stuff. For the ship, of course.
I think I can smell what he's been doing with it.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
no,
give
those
him
are
the look of
personal.
like, really, dude? Really?
Oh, come on, Cesar. You know that I didn't spend it on that.
All right, well, you're going on there and you're getting us some stuff then, I guess.
Oh, God damn it.
Hey,
Who wants
pilot's
to volunteer
phased in
to
the
go with
cockpit.
me? Ugh,
That's why I
I've been
took.
working on some mechanic stuff because, you know, somebody has to do the maintenance of this ship. You just drive it and you don't ask questions how we get resources for this. Who brings food to the table? Gears to the table.
I mean, we all contribute here, bud.
That is also correct. Alright, I'm going out. Who wants to join?
I'll call everybody else to the front.
If I remember correctly, I believe you guys had 2 spacesuits, so only 2 of you could really go if there's no atmosphere.
Okay. So, engineer needs to go because we need somebody who knows what they're doing over there. Who else? Can't we dock with it, or is it not dockable? We've got
You can
different
dock
docking
with it.
ports.
Yeah.
Duck
Right.
goes into the spacesuit.
You guys don't have the grappling hooks, so that will give you a slight disadvantage. But with Cody's piloting skills, you should be able to still dock with it. It just might be a little more difficult without those hooks. That's all.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, if you dock with it, we can all go over.
That's true.
It's safer to go in a number, I would
Yeah,
say.
You didn't
I'm gonna
kill
give
me
him a different
already.
voice.
It's your fault. But a bit of a trip would be nice.
If
Alright,
you
so-
wanted to go out there and float amongst the stars, I'm sure all you had to do was just, I don't know, bring a beach seat and take one on the roof.
Perhaps they've got more spacesuits over there.
Possibly.
We should. Oh, Signorina, you are back. How could I miss your beauty being present here in this ship amongst these, gentlemen?
Do you say it with more force? I'm sure that they all appreciate it.
Of course they do. They are my good friends, aren't they? And he gives them a big hug. And one of my good friends will go with me on the trip to the ship. Which one of you?
I'll go in just in case you find something that needs patching up.
All right. Cesare, prepare to go into the space with me.
You have to stick them
Lex,
in
can I have
just like a helmet.
what's the name of the thing? Did you play Death Stranding?
No.
The game. Because there was like that one siphon tube, whatever, where you can put a baby to do some. I don't know. I didn't play the game, but I know it's that's there. So can I have one of these for the duck?
I'm gonna say unfortunately no. There is no duck suit.
Oh. God
There's no
damn it.
duck suit there.
Yeah.
You can put me in a beach ball or something.
All right. So what I'll take from the gear? I'll take communicator and spacesuit. That's just enough. And small drone, but that weighs nothing.
Yeah.
So light load, yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking my Krieger, my fine blast pistol.
Okay.
And do I have a med kit?
So the way the loadout works is you guys do that at the beginning. You figure out what you're carrying with you, so you can do that now.
All right.
Um,
Okay. Well, med kit's got 2 things on it. What does that mean?
So
it's gonna take up 2 slots.
yeah, there's
Oh,
a,
it takes 2
a
slots.
maximum
How
amount
many
of
slots?
slots you can take.
You can
Okay.
you could go for like a heavy, but should be of 6. But I think it just like limits. What does it do
Maybe
if
I
you
should
go
go
for a heavy?
normal and take with me the fine ship repair tools because I might need to dismantle stuff, right?
Possibly,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to take something that you're gonna probably have to use on the ship.
Yeah. So fine ship repair tools.
What's
Ooh.
the detriment of going in heavy?
You're slower, basically.
Okay,
you
so
make
maybe
more.
just go in normal then, because that
Yeah,
would just
normal. Yeah, I won't go heavy.
I've gone normal.
Okay, cool. That
That's
works.
5 things. So that's my spacesuit, my medikit, and my blaster pistol.
Yeah, that works. So you got this. You got the space suit, you got the med kit, and blaster pistol. Yeah, that's 5. That works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So the two of you head in to the ship, but well, you head towards the cargo bay where Cody's going to have to
Oh.
pilot. So Cody, you're going to have to roll for that part.
Okey-doke.
So you're going to use your piloting skills to get within docking range and hook up your ship. So I'm just looking. Speaker's down to
It would
pilot.
be a
Here we go.
helm check.
Helm check. Yep. So based on how many points you have in there, that's how many dice you get. So if you got 2 arrows, that means you get 2 dice. And you could also push yourself by inducing
push on
1
the
stress to give you an extra die. This is
Oh.
going to be because you guys don't have the grappling hook, so I'm going to make this risky.
Gotcha. Does Ace Pilot have anything to do with this? Do you have potency on all speed-related rolls when you roll to resist the consequences of piloting? Gain plus 1d.
Yeah, sure. You can add that to it. So you get 3 dice total.
Okay.
So for you for bonus dice, you would say you have 1 bonus die from the Ace Pilot.
Oh, there's a 5 in
You
there.
got a 5. Okay. So you kind of scrape a little paint off your ship a bit. Hopefully it's just cosmetic damage, but you manage to get it aligned with the airlock just well enough that you hear a good just as it screws onto the your side of the ship, and you are now docked with it. On the screen, you can see a couple of lines just slink out underneath the airlock and connect with your ship to kind
We
of
don't
like
need a spacesuit then.
give it lighting and stuff. Yeah.
You never know what you could run into there. Maybe it's a good idea to keep the spacesuit.
Yeah.
Is there any communications between the two ships?
None whatsoever. It is
I have
floating
a communicator on
listlessly.
me, but other than that, no.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's got a communicator, and I'm in the ship. Can I just, communicate as a radio man?
Yeah, you can. So whoever's got
Yeah,
the
I'll-
communicator
I'll-
can speak with the pilot.
That's
I was going to ask, is the ship pressurized?
So you do hear the hissing sound of pressure. So there might be some atmosphere in the ship, but you're not entirely sure how much.
Okay, keep the spacesuit on then.
Yeah, because Cody, you would have seen a lot of holes in this ship, like several dozen hull breaches along the side of the ship. So there's a good chance if there is any atmo, it's very thin.
Yeah, I'll relay that to them.
Yeah.
And just be
Right.
cautious. You never know when you might get sucked into the vacuum.
absolutely nothing to worry about.
I wonder who shot
By-
this
by
thing
the
up.
way, did you watch those movies with the abandoned ship and horrible aliens inside?
Yeah,
Uh,
every movie night you recommend them.
I never
Of
watched
course,
those.
because they're fun and makes you on the edge. Prepare for anything.
Just don't-
I feel like
don't
you're
trust
just going to be
company.
psyching yourself out with that.
I don't. It's a nice.
It'll be fine. There won't be any aliens on here. It's the near vacuum. It'll be fine.
Well,
Exactly.
just let me know if there's anything so I can cut us off and fly away.
You'll see you'll see
flash
Diana take her beads out and like knock them like gently on a console because they don't got really proper wood in the spaceship, I feel.
you don't have any ceremonial water bottle, so you're just like, smack smack.
Silas will just raise an eye, or raise a
Raise
One
an
eye.
eye.
eyebrow at that, just like all right.
Knock on wood. 'Cause
Yes.
They also said it was fine.
Mhm.
Oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, it's just an abandoned ship.
Stop
What's
saying
the
She
worst
does
that
it
can happen?
again.
All right, let's go.
All right,
Okay.
let's see how many death flags we can proc.
Okay. Is there gravity inside the ship?
Low gravity. But your
Low gravity.
spacesuits will have magnets on them that allow
Yeah.
you to walk along the ship. So it goes as you walk along. When it pressurized, the area where it pressurized, you open up the door and you find yourself in the side door, and then as you like poke out your head, there's a hallway that goes in opposite directions. Up ahead, you see steps that lead up to what is assuming the cockpit, and then you look to your left, and you see just a straight hallway that goes down the steps. But your flashlights on your helmets don't really like go that far, so you just see like a dark hallway on either side. There's no light seen here.
But the bridge is next to us on the right.
From what you can tell, there's steps that are going up. You presume that's the bridge. And then
Okay.
you look down the left side, and then there's like a long hallway with a couple doors on either side, and it goes down.
Okay. I'd be inclined to go into the bridge to see if we can see anything that's happened, find out what's happened to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So,
Oh,
anything else you want to do before you head down there, or
what sort of room are we in?
you're in the hallway
It's
right
a
now?
Corridor. It's a
You're
corridor,
just in the
right?
corridor.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Are there any doors leading off the corridor to the left?
On the
I think
left hand
there's a
side,
jar
there
over in the corner.
on the left hand side there are there's one door on the right and one door on the left.
Right. Okay. Well, let's start with the bridge. and go from there.
Okay.
Leonardo follows.
All right. So you head up the stairs. When you head up the stairs, you head into an open space, and in that open space is a what looks to be like a cantina, a small cantina. So we'll just, for posterity, we'll just say that's the mess hall essentially. When you're in that mess hall, you do see that there are plates of food, now frozen because of the low atmo, but it looks like they're not rotted, probably because they've been preserved with the freezing cold. But it looks like they got up in a hurry. They didn't finish the meal that they were having at the time, whatever was going on.
There's no bodies in here then.
No bodies, no.
Is there any like leftover food that is not open, like any drinks or food packs or anything?
Yeah, so there's like a small bar. You'll see a couple of like these two bottles here. There's like maybe beer and then a wine bottle here and a glass that looks like it was frozen liquid in it.
Yeah, Leonardo is carrying all of that with himself.
Okay.
Okay, there's a door through here.
Yeah, you guys can head past the cantina and into the bridge itself. And just because I don't really have any other pictures, we're just going to assume this is their bridge. So
You go into the
when
bridge,
you
suddenly you see Silas in the pilot seat. I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
turns with like a cat who's like, hello. No. So when you approach the bridge, you do notice that the door to the bridge is actually pried open, and along the sides are what look to be blast marks, because you're the muscle, you'd recognize laser fire anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was pried open with something really strong. Like it might have been just like they took like a automated crowbar and just like cracked it open. Here,
looks like there was assault on the ship.
yeah. Here you do see that there are blast marks in the cockpit as well. A lot of the monitors are damaged, and the controls to the ship are completely destroyed.
Okay.
Is there any like interface to connect to the machine, to the computers of the ship?
You might be able to find one if you roll for it. If you can.
Okay, I'll try.
Sort it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be.
So this will
what?
be a risky that
Okay.
you're going to be doing.
Or rig or something.
And if you want, you can push yourself to take 2 stress if you wish, to give you an extra die.
Depends. What do I need to roll for that?
So for a risky, you would need to.
No, sorry. For this specific like stuff, what stat I need to roll? Like rig, study, or hack or something?
Oh, so you're looking for something. We're gonna say rig, because you're trying to attach something to the ship to kind of read its diagnostics and figure out what happened.
Okay, I'll go with the normal roll.
Okay.
Also, when I work on a clock with the rig or hack, I can fill +1 segment, so I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Need to remember what that is. So risky, standard, and no bonus die. Oh, 4. Nice.
4. Okay. So you managed to find at least something and kind of jerry-rig it to the best of your abilities. You will take 2 stress from this because it shocks you.
Mamma mia. Merda.
Careful.
But on your little, we'll say, console that you carry with you, you're going through the diagnostics of the ship, and it shows that it is venting atmosphere all along the left and right side of the ship. They're all small hull breaches, but the atmosphere is basically just more or less gone. If you guys weren't wearing your space suits, you'd be getting very lightheaded right now, and you'd be freezing cold. So, yeah.
Okay.
What you can also see here, actually, I just gotta check my notes real quick because I believe I put something
We'll
in
also
there.
have logs of what, communications.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a ship's log.
So ship's log, you would have the initial scans show that the ship is leaking atmosphere, and there are no heat signatures that are indicating any life signs. When you check the log, you do see that it had an SOS signal that was being sort of like signaling, but it is so weak right now that you guys were lucky to have even picked this up.
Yeah, I want to turn it off. First thing first.
Yeah. So what power is left on the ship was sending out an SOS signal, but that's it.
So if it's weakened this much, it's been here for a little while.
Yeah.
There's no record about the last moments of the ship or anything.
No, there's no recordings that you can retrieve that aren't heavily damaged.
Yeah, it's pretty blasted up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, anything else like that I might find interesting? Like.
Okay.
We'll say
communicate with the ship. See if they've got
sorry,
any ideas.
Next, can we also use the cargo eye special ability from the ship?
You aren't in the cargo area to discern what they were carrying. You'd have to explore more of the ship.
Oh, when we get there, okay.
If you want to know more information about the ship, you'd have to do a hack and see if that gives you any more information, what they might be carrying, what kind of ship this was.
Okay. Oh, one question. Can I use find ship repair tools to like modify my roll for that?
It's not a repair you're doing, so no.
Well, yeah, the previous roll would make sense, but this one not really. Okay. What else can I use?
While you're thinking about that, can I just radio back to the main ship? Tell them we're in the bridge. Tell them about what we found, and does anybody have any ideas about what else we should do while we're in here?
Yeah. Also, I'll be communicating with Silas.
Okay. Yeah. So, what does the pilot think?
I was gonna ask, with my past experience as a pilot, what would a major thing that I could think of be to check for? Of her, like, checking derelict ships, I'm sure Silas probably had at some point during his military career.
Well, yeah, like, if you guys are looking to salvage anything that you might be able to find, the cargo hold is obviously the best bet. This ship is, again, larger than yours. You guys aren't entirely sure if this, you don't know who was flying it, so you're not entirely sure if this was like a pirate ship or a smuggling operation that just went wrong and they had to abandon ship or something. But yeah, like the best that you can glean right now is find the cargo hold and see what's available. But also be careful, because if you guys are able to walk around and there's still Atmo, there might be someone still on the ship. You don't know that for sure, though.
Just gonna relay, like, all right, from...
Smex, didn't you say like the sensors said there is nobody living on the inside the ship?
Initial scans show that, yes.
Oh. Okay, can I use hack to like do the detail scans and get as much info, like the information about the ship and layout and stuff like that? Okay, I'll use the stress thing to increase my roll. So
yeah, because this will be a risk. This will be a risky
what is
one
it,
for you.
Tuxie?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much stress?
So it's 2 stress to get you an extra die. So when you roll this, you do it as risky, and you get 1 bonus die to this.
Okay, so yeah, okay. So risky, standard, right? Next is standard roll. Okay, sorry.
Oh, rig. There we go. 4. Okay. So
wait, it's not. Wait, I didn't roll.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. There we go. There's the hack.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
5.
Okay.
Pretty good.
All right. So, you're able to at least get the name of the ship, how many people it was carrying, and what it was. So,
Ow.
the scan says that this was a personnel carrier. It was carrying upwards of 20 people, and they were going to... they were leaving the planet that you guys are orbiting now, and they were heading off to a different planet. It was just a transport ship. It wasn't armed. It was a civilian transport.
Ooh. Okay, I'll tell to Silas, can you look in the space internet about this ship and maybe some news about being missing and something like that,
Do we have a name for the ship?
The Persephone.
Uh-huh.
So what?
Persephone.
The Persephone. You know the goddess of the undead? Or
That
dead?
got kidnapped.
Yeah, sorry,
That's
that's
not,
not part of my religion.
Look
That's
it
not
up on the
suspicious
space
at all.
internet.
I'm monotheistic. I don't
Sure,
believe
I'll
in
check
Greek
the
gods.
internet. See what I can find.
Well,
I
Alright,
go on
and
to the
we'll go and
space
find the cargo
internet.
first. Probably there's some juicy stuff here.
as long as you're able to find your way, that's what matters.
This is the way.
Okay, keep me
I
posted.
promise I didn't grab this that path, the mystic path, just so I could make that tech joke.
I know. It just worked out. That's all.
If you guys don't check in every 5 to 10, I might just have to go in there. So please do keep me posted.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's all good so far.
Right. Let's head for the hold. That's where the action is.
Okay. So you guys head down the hallway. You pass the door on the left and the right. Those doors
Oh, what,
are
have they got a sign on them or anything like that?
no signs. It just looks
Okay.
like it's just a regular door on both sides.
Okay.
And then as you head down the hallway, down the stairs, you come to an open area at the very end of the ship. And there is a large cargo hold with several storage boxes, several dozen storage boxes, kind of all knocked over. You see a couple of them are open. There are clothes that are thrown around, and there are suitcases that have been opened as well. Any of the contents have been tossed already. Some of the storage boxes were looked through, some were not. But all in all, it looks like whatever happened here happened very quickly.
Looks like pirates.
How do I?
Still no bodies.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys can roll for study, you might find something.
Study. Hang on. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah. And this will just be a controlled.
All right.
The one open. There we go.
Also, Smax, can
Study,
you now
study,
use
study.
the
I've only got
cargo
one
line?
in study.
Good, roll study.
5. Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
Also, Smax, sorry.
yep.
Cargo eye.
Cargo
It
eye?
says for smuggling or delivery jobs. This does not count as one.
If your intent is to steal, I will allow it apply to smuggling.
Well,
You've already got
salvaging,
5.
I don't
Are we
know
really
that counts.
stealing when we're salvaging?
I mean, it's not your property.
Yeah, but how long has it been out
Find
here?
the sweepers, loser sweepers.
Yeah. It's up to you guys. Again, if you guys look at your playbook, you are trying to get a playbook advancement in this at this time, right? So you guys, if you're doing any rolls, need to pay attention to that playbook and mark down anything that you've been getting XP in, just to let me know. So I do see that Leonardo, you've marked one already. So that was
Yep,
your tough challenge with technical skill and ingenuity. So that already
from
got applied.
Tinker, Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to help out with. It's like if this applies to the smuggling side of it, then the cargo hold bonus, the cargo eye that you guys have, would apply to this. So tell me right now, are you planning on raiding this ship and taking what other supplies may still be on it, or are you just going to leave it be?
Well, we're going to steal what we can, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so if you guys are going to steal what you can, then that means, the cargo eye would apply to this.
Nice.
Yeah.
But that's at the end of the run, so yeah.
Yeah, so the XP that you've gotten so far, Leonardo, I know you did the challenge once already. What's the other XP coming from? Because I do need you to tell me first before you mark
okay,
it.
so sorry. First one was for when I think I had those two hacks. They were separate rolls. Would you count that as 1 or 2?
I would count it as 1 because it wasn't too difficult. So
both
you address a
risky,
tough
I think.
challenge with technical skill or ingenuity. So you did the technical skill twice. So you know what? I'll let that slide. But it would have to be something outside of the box typically that would apply to that.
Okay.
That's typically how it would work. It wouldn't just be like, I roll, I got it right. You would have to come up with something else, or maybe push yourself, which you did at least once already.
Yeah.
So that
Well,
would
I
count
got-
as
yeah,
that would
sorry.
count as one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the cargo I would apply in this case. You guys could get the bonus for that if you start gathering up any of these supplies that are still left over. Find any valuables. In the meantime, Leonardo, you did a 5 on a study. So when you guys are down in the cargo hold, you notice that there's some dark reddish brown stains that are on the ground that are kind of like dragged out towards the end of the cargo bay, which is where the airlock would be. The bay doors, I should say, actually.
Okay.
Does that look like blood?
Yes, that looks like blood.
And there are several patches of blood all over the cargo bay, and all are being dragged towards the end of the ship to the cargo bay doors.
I think we should expect things to start getting a bit gory looking from this point on, Leonardo.
Definitely.
Okay. I'll open up a suitcase, see if there's anything. Is it just general stuff?
Yeah, so literally it's just clothes and what you would normally find, maybe packs of rations. Nothing really of valuable in the suitcases. It looks, again, like this was a personnel carrier. This was transport. So whoever was on the ship at the time, they were just normal civilians. Didn't really carry anything except like the essentials that they would need to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you might find
fortune,
some like medications or something, but that's like
Mm.
pretty typical.
Okay. So, moving through, have you moved through that? There'd be some more doors, presumably.
Yeah, so at the very end of the cargo hold is where you see those like stain marks end. The bay
Where would
doors.
the passengers be?
Where would the passengers be? They would have been in the private quarters. So
Okay. Where are they? Where are they located? Do we know?
So you don't know, but you did pass 2 doors on your way down the hallway to the cargo hold. There's one on the left and one on the right. So presumably that's where those private quarters are.
Right. Should we go back and have a look?
Only if you go first. I'm not that keen on looking mutilated people this early in the morning.
Yeah.
It's more
You're
than-
quite right. You're quite right. Okay. Then go up and taking the door on the left as we look towards the cockpit.
Okay. So
Bridge.
you head back up. You check the door on the left side. When you open that door, you see probably.
I open the door and I present the gun, basically.
Okay. Door opens easily. And on the left and the right side is you see another corridor, and on the left and the right side you see probably like a half a dozen doors on either side. All of them are open, and you look, and like each door there's like 2 or 3 sets of bunks inside those rooms with very basic accommodations. So this looks like this is where they were keeping the people. These are the quarters that they were staying in.
Okay. Move swiftly, sort of up and down as I go past each door. Aim the gun through. Look around the room. Look in the corners. Go to the next one.
Yeah. So every room is tossed. No bodies. No people.
Any blood?
A little bit of blood. You do see a couple blast marks as well down this hallway and at the end. It looks like there was an attempt to barricade the halfway down this hallway with just like tables and chairs and mattresses, sort of like a holdout, but that looks like it's all tossed aside and there's no people.
Okay. I think we can assume that the songs are going to be the same.
Yeah. In the
So-
meantime, did Silas find anything in the Nexus link?
Okay, so Silas, you could have scanned the Nexus link for any like, I don't know, missing ships or something, but space is so big. Persephone, yeah. So you can look up for Persephone. There's nothing on the net that really mentions any cargo ships that have gone missing. To be honest, this is something that happens so often that very few of these incidents actually do get reported. They're just counted as missing or MIA. Nobody knows what happens to them. Nobody really cares. It's not like it's big on the list of the hegemony to find derelict personnel carriers and solve the mystery of what happened to them and figure it out. They have more important things to do, and they just leave it to the local authorities to deal with if that ever happens.
Right. I think we need to go and have a look at the airlock. I presume they've hijacked it. They've just stolen the people.
Yeah, or like
I'm
Must
gonna
have been
radio
a
in
slave
to them,
raid or something.
actually.
A slave raid or something.
I'm gonna radio them and just say, hey, keep an eye out. Maybe they might have a smuggling compartment like we do.
That's true.
There's a high probability of that being the case, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, the log was very sparse. Suggests that it wasn't a legit operation.
That's all he was
Okay.
able to hack. So he might have been able to find something with a higher roll, but it just was able to give him the gist of what the ship was, its name, and what it was carrying, the occupancy. That's it.
Okay, back to the cargo hold and the door to the airlocks. Was it?
Yeah, door to the cargo bay doors.
Right.
So whenever a ship lands, to get off the ship, you'd open the cargo bay doors, and then you just exit off with ATVs or whatever you had, small vehicles, that kind of thing. So that's where you left off. You didn't look in the cargo bay door area.
No, we're going to look in the cargo bay door area. Okay.
So you look. The
So
doors.
we're gonna do it. So I go first through the door. Again, gun first. Look round in the corners. Look up. Look down.
So to
and
clarify, there are two sets of doors. So there's the interior doors and there's the exterior
Yes.
doors. The interior doors are closed and they're frosted over. The window you can't see through. And
It's
the
frosted over.
exterior doors, you're not sure if it's open or not, but you can check.
Right.
You can check the controls to see which is open and which isn't.
Okay, check the controls.
Uh,
Have to make a roll for that.
So that would be your lovely engineer's job. The controls are damaged, but they are functional, more or less. So if you were able to hack it enough, you could maybe open at least the interior doors, or at least figure out if the exterior doors are open. Or, actually, no, the pilot wouldn't be able to because you're attached to the ship right now, so he can't move the ship. So, yeah.
That's per usual. It's on me. Okay, I'll do it.
So what do you want to do first? Do you want to open the interior doors, or do you want to make sure that the doors are functional?
Well, probably check if they are functional.
Okay, cool. So this is going to be a normal.
Okay. Hack, right?
Yep, controlled hack. Five. Okay.
Jesus, these rolls today.
So you're able to at least confirm that the exterior doors are closed, but as you do that, you end up getting locked out of the system, and it just goes.
Okay. Is there a manual override for the inner doors?
Yes, there is. On the other side, there is a lever
pry.
that you can use to kind of like try and pry it open. But you're going to need
Okay.
to use your strength for this, baby.
Okay.
If your friend would like to assist, he can add an extra die to that. An assist will take one stress from the person assisting. So,
I don't have any like. Well, that's
you can
scrap,
take
right? Or
so instead of you rolling for an ability, all you do is you mark one stress and you automatically give him an extra die.
Yeah, I'll sacrifice one stress
Okay.
to summon.
What do I roll on?
So this will be for scrap because I'm gonna count that as a strength roll for you,
Okay.
and then you get an extra die from the assist. And if you want, you can also push yourself to take 2 stress yourself to give you 4 die total.
Okay. What position?
This will be controlled. And
Control.
yeah, and you will get 2 bonus die if you push yourself, or 1 bonus die if you just accept the assist.
What's the effect?
So if you push yourself, you take 2 stress and add 1 die to your roll. So instead of just getting 3, you'll get 4.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take. Oh God, hang on. I can't go backwards on it. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 stress. Is it?
Okay, so you'll get 2 bonus die to that then.
Right. Okay. Bonus dice. That's 2 bonus dice.
Beautiful.
2 6.
So yeah, you easily, both of
Pulling
you
off
take
the wall.
a hold of this big handle and you just, and the door just like slowly opens, and then reveals a pile of frozen bodies.
Can I take an XP as I address a tough challenge with force or threat? That was definitely force.
It was definitely force. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, so that's 1 XP, isn't it?
Yes.
So there are bodies.
There are a pile of frozen bodies, not 20 bodies, but there's probably about maybe 10 or 12. From what you can tell, some are wearing uniforms, but others look to be just civilians.
Okay.
Leonardo moves a bit back.
I'm gonna check for booby traps.
No booby traps.
No booby traps. Okay, so now I'm going to examine the bodies. I imagine they're rather grisly.
Yeah, they're just the blue frosted over. Majority of them do have laser or bullet marks to indicate they've been shot, either in the head or in the center mass. All the manifest that you were able to glean had 5 crew members on hand. All 5 crew members have been shot.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so...
And if you look outside, of the remaining 8, you can count 7 bodies outside just floating in space.
Oh, they're floating in space?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So how many bodies... So we've got 5 of crew.
5 of the crew.
How many bodies are inside?
So inside is 12 total. Out of the 12, 5 are crew. The rest are civilians. Right. You've got another...
So 5 is 7. And how many outside?
So you've got another 7 outside. So total, there's 19 bodies that you found out of the 20.
Yeah. But I thought that was transporting 20, so I thought the 5 would be in addition to the... So it would be in addition to the 20.
No, so total bodies you found, including the ones outside, are 19. There's 1 missing.
Right, okay.
That is if they, actually carried all 20.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there's at least 1 body missing, because the numbers were a bit inaccurate anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That is unfortunate. Looks like a parrot head, if you ask me.
No, but it's probably just floated out of sight, I mean.
Yeah, they're pretty distant right now, but you can make out the silhouettes at least.
Yeah.
So, it's possible that the other, the missing body just floated off even further and you can't see it, but...
Yeah, I'm going to radio back. We've found a lot of bodies. Is it possible to scan to see if there's any other bodies floating about nearby?
To give it a shot, but I don't think our scanners are strong enough.
No, you can only pick up larger objects. Something as small as a body in space is not possible. Not with your equipment.
Okay.
Yep, I got nothing, but on the good side, doesn't seem like anybody else is coming to check in.
Yeah, I wonder where the other people are.
Bad news is, I've lost rock, paper, scissors for the 5th time against our mystic, so...
Diana just smiles.
Stop picking paper then.
Right.
You really need to stop using scissors.
It's the strong one.
Good old reliable scissors.
Good old
Um,
fishers, nothing beats that.
And yet, here I am, beating you with a rock. The most mundane of weapon choice.
You and your ability to see the future.
Okay.
Diana just laughs.
We'll
So,
see
yeah,
how
the
you
first
fare
one,
against
that's what we've
Lizard
been
and
doing
Spock
the
then.
entire time.
Okay. What can we retrieve from this ship? Let's get practical here. There's a lot of dead bodies. We can't help them.
So in the ship, you've already looked through the suitcases. There are cargo cases as well
Aha.
that you haven't looked
Oh,
through
we
yet.
didn't do that. Oh, right up to that.
Okay. Let's have a look at the cargo.
So in the cargo, you see essentially what would be considered mechanical tools. You see a collection of what would be horticulture, sort of like tools and equipment and materials. So
Sure.
like seeds,
Colony making stuff, basically.
foodstuffs. Yeah,
Oh, it's
like
quite valuable.
things that would be valuable to people who are trying to start a colony would be on this ship.
Okay, let's get some of this stuff loaded out and get out of here.
Out of all the storage containers, I would say there's probably about a dozen that are intact enough and would contain something of value to you.
How hard are they to move? I mean, the gravity's low here, so we should be able to move stuff.
Two people would be able to carry it back and forth. You make a couple trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So on the actual ship, what is Silas and Mystic doing right now, if anything?
Keeping an eye on the comms,
Mhm.
another eye on the scanner, and then also losing rock, paper, scissors for the 6th time in a row.
Okay.
It's just,
So-
it's just it isn't rock. That's the
Does
trouble.
my duck try to play with you?
Probably checkers. Yeah. So the two of you, I want you to roll for study, and this will be a risky. Matter of fact, Dee Dee, what is
Yeah.
your level in attune?
In a tune?
Yeah.
2.
Is that higher than your study?
Yes.
Roll for attune for you. And this will be a risky.
Now, when it says effect, is it like limited, great, extreme? What does that mean?
So this will be position should be just standard, and risky should automatically pop up for that. Let me actually,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
So
position will
risky's
be
in the first one, for
risky.
The second one for the input.
Yeah. So you're gonna choose
value.
risky for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then any bonus dice, or am I?
If you want to take 2 stress to push yourself, you can get 1 bonus dice from that.
Hmm. Do I have to use 2, or could I just use 1?
So you have to use 2 to get 1 extra die. That's required. Pushing
Okay.
yourself takes 2 stress. Okay, so you got a 4. Okay. So as you're entertaining yourself with the fact that somehow the duck managed to beat Silas at rock paper scissors, you think you hear something kind of like clank to the ground, off in the behind you. It could have been like it's like the sound of like a fork or a spoon or something, just metal hitting the floor of the cantina area.
Of ours?
Yes, of yours. You think you hear something get knocked over.
I swear to God, if it's expired food, I'm going to lose it.
It's a cat.
So God, it's crawling around.
Please tell me someone else got that reference.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Okay.
know.
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, right. The fridge has become sentient. Not quite.
They will carefully turn around. I don't think radiant action is an option, but they will kind of, the energy around the air would sharpen a little bit, as she might be prepared to use the Psy Blade if something comes in to attack them.
Okay.
All the while
So
for my double nat ones, I'm presuming I am currently
yeah,
yelling
you're just
at
like, how is that possible to lose to a duck?
all you can do is paper. How did I lose?
Wah.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, Silas is currently just like sitting back in the chair and just kind of like holding the bridge of his nose from that.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't hear a damn thing. And as you kind of sharpen your senses, Dee Dee, you don't hear anything after that. It's just dead silent. Just the system beeping in the cockpit right now, standard noises that you're used to hearing, the scanning, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. It's just like one little tink and you're like, hmm? You listen
I
for a
think
few
I know
moments,
where
you're like, oh,
Extra person
must
is.
have been nothing.
Must have been the wind.
Yes. Must have been the recycled air vents. That's what it is.
But Diana still will be a little bit on edge.
Okay. Yeah, that's no
Do I
problem.
notice Diana on edge?
I mean,
Or am I
would
just being
Diana have
distracted?
mentioned this? Just like you think you heard something, maybe, possibly, it could have been something else, whatever.
Yeah, she'll be like, I had something fall, but that'll be about as far as it go.
What do you mean you heard something fall?
I heard something fall. Something went tink, and you complaining about how you lost to a duck.
Yes, it's an impossibility. Why?
It is not an impossibility. You decided to try and use my method of using rock, and then therefore they went with paper.
It was a good strategy on paper.
No, okay. Do you even know? Okay.
So while
We
this while this is happening,
Go ahead.
so Leonardo and Spike, I'm assuming you're communicating. Was like, all right, all clear. You've already got most of the cargo on board. Anything you guys would have mentioned outside of just that?
Not really.
I would
No.
like to check for the airlock. We sent them in and we closed it behind them, right?
No one said that, so I assumed it stayed open.
Oh, I assumed
Oh.
that we closed it.
Well, all the ship
Okay.
closed to depressurize the ship, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's
because
like
right now
ship
you're
right
sharing atmosphere with the derelict ship.
Why would we do that?
I don't know. You're the pilot.
Yeah, I assume since nobody said anything, the door's wide open. It's been open the whole time.
Yeah, we went through an airlock.
But
I
that
mean,
would be standard practice. My bad. Okay, door closed now as I notice. Huh, that shouldn't be open.
Okay.
yeah, close your inner door so we can
you-
stuff things in the outer airlock.
You can't close the door from here automatically. You have to go down to close it.
I'll
Diana
be back. Keep
goes.
an eye on comms. I forgot to close the door behind him. Or I was
You want me
hoping
to-
they would close the door behind him. We really need to
Take a
communicate
gun
better
with
this
you,
trip.
just in case.
Oh, we'd close the inner door, wouldn't we? Because it's an airlock. I mean, whatever.
Well, we don't want to share our atmosphere with that atmosphere, because if they get truly vented, and then you know how ships work, right?
Yeah.
Do we?
All right, I'll be back. I'll
Okay.
see what
They
your
give-
clinking noise is while I'm at it. And
Do you
maybe
take
I'll
They give a
anything?
nod.
Eat that dang duck. I stare down the duck.
Quack.
Do you take anything with you? Because you'll need to do your loadout now.
Oh, okay. Presumably, I'm going to have my fine custom spacesuit, because why not? And a gun.
Cool.
Heavy machine gun.
I guess comm as well. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. So you
And then with this game, you can say like, "Oh, I have 5 slots," and then only use like 4 of them, and then decide
Right.
an extra one like when you need it.
yeah, exactly.
thing,
Yeah,
big
you
thing.
can say, "Oh, I had this on me the whole time, and I'm just gonna use this extra slot." just as a backup. So, so
Okay.
your load would be a 5. So you have an extra slot currently as a pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Yep. So you go down with a blaster communicator and your fancy spacesuit.
Alright, go over to close the door.
Yep. When you do so, you head down the hallway and you notice that one of the doors to the private quarters is open, and you're pretty sure that was closed before.
Gonna relay that to the helm.
So
Hey, you closed the doors down here, yeah?
Spike's
I-
door is open.
Looks like Spike's door is open.
I always close my door.
Relay to
I
that
don't-
Matthew
all the
Spike
time.
closed his door.
Hey, Spike,
Yes?
did you
The
close
funny
your
thing
door?
is, wait, real quick. I relay to you. You relay to Leonardo. Leonardo relays.
Of course I closed the door. I've got to...
You
I don't
all
know
have
if you-
comms at this point, so
You
you're
can't
all
call-
talking on the
you
same
directly
frequency.
Talk to me, right?
Yeah, everybody hears everything.
If I don't close my door, I just get all the smell from Leonardo's.
For the fifth
Um,
time.
Well,
Silas,
the
I
door's
was
open,
explaining
is what
how
I'm saying.
comms work.
Who opened my door? Oh, it's a
That's
smell
your
now.
door.
It's got that smoky smell. God.
What is it?
Hope you're not
Is there a
smoking
scratch
inside that
inside?
bloody spacesuit.
So, I'm assuming you go down there and you close the door now. You will already have seen at least a half a dozen boxes that Spike and Leonardo have brought onto the ship into your cargo hold. They just put off to the side. So yeah, you go down to close at least the outer or the inner door to it, and
Yeah.
as you do so,
Actually, I'm going to say I thought we closed the inner door.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Do we have to start
Was it
saying we
open
close the doors?
yeah.
Why was it
If,
open then?
if you don't tell me that what you guys are doing, if the doors closed or open, I presume it's been open the whole time. That's why they've been able to walk back and forth.
I think I've kind of
My
assumed
doors
that
are open,
we
so-
closed it, but now it's open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
I'm gonna go check Spike's door that's open. Is what
Okay.
I'm going to do.
Okay,
Because
so
if
you haven't
it's
gotten to
not
the cargo
closed,
hold
you
yet
know.
then. So you're going to
Yeah.
check Spike's door that is open. You go into his private quarters. And you notice that his pillow is tossed aside. And the blankets and a couple of other things. You notice that there is a small, sort of like we'll say it's like a lockbox that has been smashed open, basically, and it's just thrown open. And you know how you get those like little foam cores that have like a silhouette? Looks like a gun's missing.
Me using my big brain, thinking, Spike should have the key for that. He wouldn't have to bash that unless he's weird.
Also, I'm ex-military. I wouldn't leave my room like that.
Hey, Spike, I think somebody's been in your room. Not me.
There's a body missing.
I mean, there's a body missing.
There's a body missing. There's 19 bodies we've counted. There should
Well,
be
what
20.
if since we didn't have an extra person over there? Whatever. You're missing a gun, is what I'm saying.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Well, I've got.
They're on the
I mean-
ship then.
There's. Yeah.
Ooh, is it a pretty girl?
Oh shit. Right. I'm coming back.
Oh, we have
All
Diana.
right, everybody back to the base.
all right, so
basically just throwing on the all
Please be
hands.
pretty.
Like,
Silas,
alert.
the minute you relay all this information, you feel something press into your back, very they just press into your back, and you hear just like a don't move, don't say anything, drop the comms. And he points to your hand that's holding the radio.
Oh, I thought it was in my
Dude.
ear.
No, your communicator.
yeah.
Communicators are handheld.
Ah, I figured it all.
Yeah. The communicator, if you
You-
take a communicator, it's handheld.
Diana is going to head to Spike's room.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna comply with it so far. Why not?
Okay. So, he has you exit Spike's room backwards. He turns you towards where your cockpit is, and he says, "Move it."
Hang on. Who's he talking to at the moment?
So you've
Well,
lost.
You just heard my comms essentially just die.
Yeah,
suddenly.
his communications died. Like, you don't hear anything from Silas right now. You don't know what's going on.
Okay.
You think he just cut out.
Spike, I
Skulk.
think this is a horror movie now, isn't it?
Hey, Skulk is like hiding and stuff, right?
Skulk? Who's
Yeah.
Skulk?
Mm-hmm. Skulk.
Oh, Skulk is Skulk is hiding.
Yes,
Yeah.
Skulk is a still.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't know. Yeah,
So-
so Dee Dee, your character would be heading towards is like, what's going on? So are you trying to sneak?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It'd be a little hard to do that because the hallway is very narrow and he will see you. There's no really like cul-de-sac you can hide in because there's just like the private quarters on either side of your ship and then the hallway that goes straight down to the cargo hold. So you will see Silas with his spacesuit on, and you will see that there's probably like a silhouette behind him, but his spacesuit's pretty big. You can't really see past. But
Oh,
he's
me and my big head.
yeah, you're gonna. I'm Silas. I'm assuming you got like your hands up, so you're not like reaching for anything, and you're just heading towards the front of the ship. Yeah.
I'm probably aware of this song and dance, but I'm still gonna be
If I'm
kind of
Hearing-
trying to say something to him.
hearing footsteps and stuff, more than one, I'm going to hide in the cockpit then.
There's nowhere to hide in a cockpit. It's like two
Never mind.
seats. So you're basically cornered at this point. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Silas will approach up the stairs. You'll see Silas come up, and you'll see like him just like, "Hey man, like, calm down. No need to freak out or anything."
Hey, were you the other person on the ship?
Yeah. So the guy was like, "Oh, so you come back to finish me off, have you? Huh? I don't think that's gonna happen now."
Don't you think we would have just shot their ship? We don't have guns on this. This is civilian craft. We were checking an SOS.
So he's like, "Oh yeah, likely story. I heard
Can
you."
I try to sway him?
You could, yeah. Like he will respond to at least that part. He was like, "Oh yeah, likely story. You've just come to pick the bones of what was left after."
So,
Oh, yes, we
you
have.
want me to roll the sway?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your sway and see if you maybe can convince him otherwise. So
I'm
this is going to be a
assuming
risky
50.
one, yeah. And again, you have the option to push yourself, do a gambit, or at this point, he will be within earshot of Dee Dee's character. So you can do an assist by taking one stress to add a die to his sway if you want.
Yeah.
So what would your character say? Because you're going to be popping out. You're going to be entering in the conversation as well.
They wouldn't have someone like me on board if that was the case.
So he'll be a little bit surprised to see a mystic on board. And he's like, well, still, like, you guys shouldn't be here. Like, you're basically just taking what's left of the ship and going to leave me to die. That's what your plan was.
Does it look like we intended on harming anyone?
Okay.
Why would we come after you if we don't even know that you are alive?
Fair enough. So, yep. At this point, you can roll your sway now, Silas, and see if you manage to convince him to calm down a bit.
Ooh, excellent. Good job.
You
Silas.
get the
Always
extra.
worst
You get the
super-
extra die. Oh no, you get an extra die. I'll let you re-roll that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just want me to roll a d6?
So you get the. Oh, did you already add the assist to that?
It should have been the one extra die, right?
Oh, because you only have one in sway.
I only have one in sway.
Okay, that makes
Sway
sense.
is
So yeah, you
actually
did
my
add
strong
it.
suit.
Yeah, he does not. He's not convinced of that. He thinks you're just trying
What does
to
consort do?
consort. With connections from your heritage, background, friends, or rivals, you gain access to resources, information, or people or places. So that's kind of like a, oh, I know this guy, and he can help us with this issue.
Mm-hmm.
So sway is the best option to use for charm, logic, deception, disguise, or bluffing. If you want, you can roll your own sway,
I
Dee Dee,
will
and see if
add
that
2
could help.
stress to that, 'cause
Okay.
I'm not good at talking. I do the whole freaking piloting thing.
Yeah, the both of you, unfortunately, aren't able to convince him otherwise, and he kind of gives you like a whap on the back of your neck, and you'll take stress from that, Silas. He's just like, shut up!
Okay.
I was
I'm
gonna
trying
say,
to-
with him like going off a bit and like pointing the gun no longer at my neck in order to swat at me, can I try to do a scrap in order to grab, like twist, grab, and punch him?
Yeah, you can respond to that.
Risky again.
Yeah, risky.
And then what is it? 2 stress in order to amp it up by a die?
Yep, 2 stress to push yourself, and again, Dee Dee, you would be within range to assist if you wish. You could try and help him, just kind of like grab the gun out of his hand if you want.
Or do the Jedi telekinesis.
I was actually, I don't have kinetics. I have the Psyblade. They would actually probably form the Psyblade and point it at them.
Okay, just this is threatening action. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to basically arm your Psyblade to provide an assist to him, sort of like as an intimidation?
Yes.
Okay, so add a stress to you, and then you're pushed, so you can add 2 bonus die to your risky risky chance. There.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so yeah, so he gets distracted enough by the Psyblade. He's like, ooh, shiny. And you manage to use that opportunity to grab his wrist and smack it onto your knee, dropping the gun, and now you sort of have him like grappled, and you throw him to the ground. He is not a fighter, obviously.
And then I
so
pull out my gun and point it down at him.
yeah, you could do that.
Nicely done.
Yeah, and at this
Hey,
point,
had to be in
like,
the military, right?
yeah, Spike, you would have gotten to the hallway, and you see this takedown. You're like, oh my.
Yeah, so I'm running my gun drawn. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We're good. Okay, cool.
Not of respect to Spike.
Well, this is not how horror movies go. But
Okay.
well done,
So, move in also with a gun pointing towards him,
Mhm.
and I'm
Leonardo
going
grabbed the gun off the
to-
ground.
his gun's on the. Yeah, I can see his gun's on the ground now. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell him we don't want to hurt you, so don't do anything stupid. Just stay still, and let's talk this out.
Okay.
Was
So-
it? We're not here to kill you. Yes, we were robbing your ship.
That's
We
not
didn't think
right.
anybody.
Someone
We didn't think anybody was on it. Eh? We was robbing his ship, so.
Scavengers' rights.
But we aren't the people who did this. So can you tell us anything about the people who did this?
So he's just kind of
Are you
like.
gonna,
he
are,
kinda
are you going to are we going to
whimpers
be
in
all
pain.
right here? Can we put our weapons away?
He's
I'll
like,
kick his gun away.
yeah. At this
Very
point,
tall
he'll
letter.
because he's
Then I'll go.
surrounded, he'll comply. He'll be like, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going to put our guns away now, so don't do anything stupid. So I'll hold my gun.
Okay.
Diana just kind of stares at her hand.
I'm going
Then
to
let's
check
go.
him for injuries.
Okay.
I'll
Um,
holster as well.
So he's it looks like he's maybe more traumatized than anything else. He's bloodied. His clothes are just like in dry blood. It doesn't look like he had any visible injuries outside of a black eye. But that's it.
Okay. So, okay. What happened on the ship? That's
Raiders-
not us.
So he says like Raiders took the ship. They shot up our ship. They said all they wanted was valuables and that they were going to let us go. Our ship was damaged, but we were able to at least navigate it to the nearest planet. But they decided that it would be more fun to play a game, and they had a bunch of us walk the plank. They just threw us in an airlock and sucked us out of the ship, and the ones that didn't comply were either shot and then thrown in the cargo hold, and they just left.
How did you survive?
I hid in one of the compartment holds that we have.
Ah, good idea.
When they were gathering us all up, I managed to get out and just hide.
Well,
We
I
can
would
get you-
eventually if that happened to me.
Okay. We can get you to the planet below. Is there anybody there that you know?
So he says, like, this planet, I don't know. We were actually planning on going to a different place, but they caught us before we were able to jump, and then they just killed everyone.
Right.
We can maybe take you there.
They said they'd come back. I heard them say, is like, if there was anything else that was worth taking, they'd probably come back after they've dropped off what they were able to carry, because they took everything of value.
Okay. Let's keep what
Let's
we've got
undock.
and undock now.
Okay.
Close everything and undock.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna get to undocking procedures and make sure the door is finally closed. Max.
Yes.
Yes, the door is closed. You
Okay, I don't want to
you
be
did.
like, I undock, and then you say, and everybody.
and everybody does. No, I'm not going to go that far. No.
Okay.
I was only doing that because like I didn't like, if you guys left the door open to the ship, that's perfectly safe. But obviously you're going to do regular docking procedures. You close it and everything. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So when you get back to the cockpit and when you attempt to undock, you hear a blare of alarms and red lights just light up all around your cockpit, and
Oh, there's the cavalry.
and you look at your scans, and when you were trying to undock, the system basically scanned and pops up with a screenshot of like the undocking procedure, and you are locked in place. And on there, it will say foreign object detected, unable to undock.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna
Of
relay that.
course. Cesare, help me with this.
So on the outside of the airlock, you see something start flashing a yellow light just underneath where those like tendrils came out, and you think you can see a charge of some kind activate as soon as you try to undock.
Do I know what that is?
It is a
Sounds like an
bomb.
explosive. I'm going to yell for everyone to brace.
It looks like there is an armed charge that was booby trapped the minute you guys attached your airlock to the derelict ship, and as soon as you try to undock, it armed the charge. So the booby trap is armed, but it is not exploded. If you attempt
Right.
to actually undock, it may explode.
Okay, so feels like it's going to be a busy day for you, Leonardo. You got to you got to do the bomb.
He's not there. He's in his room.
Getting high again. It's like, job well done, everyone.
Diana sighs as she goes, I'll go get Leonardo.
Silas
And
is
she,
gonna like get up from his braced position on the chair and realize, oh, it didn't explode. Thank God.
Yeah.
Diana's going to knock on Leonardo's door.
I've been sent into outer space and full volume.
Diana's just going to open the door now.
I think I locked it, but if we don't have locks, then yeah, you can enter.
Well, there
I
would be
manually
locks.
override
Yeah,
from the
everybody,
cockpit.
it's private quarters. There'd be a lock. So you try to open the door, but it's locked. You just banging on the door.
Hold on. And Smex, can I change my equipment while I'm here?
Well, you've already gotten your loadout for. Well, I don't think there's an issue. Yeah,
Because
that's
I want
fine.
to take the small drone and use it for the job.
Okay, I'll allow for that. Normally, I think it's supposed to be at the beginning of the session, but I'll allow it for now, and then I'll check the rules after.
Okay, and my duck.
Okay, and your duck.
Okay, he gets outside and says, of course I have to do every hard work here. But it's alright.
Da-
It's a beautiful day.
Diana just gives a shrug as is like, I'm not technically advanced as most of you.
Oh, don't worry. You're fine, Ron. By the way, when we get grounded after this horrible mission, I suggest we go to a fine dining party. I know a great place with a great wine.
Raises an eyebrow.
There's better places on the planet.
When we land eventually. I intend to take a proper rest after this one.
Can someone check to see if that thing is sending a signal?
Yeah.
I'm on it. So yes, Max, I'm gonna use the drone to to get near the booby trap and see what it's all about. Like take pictures and stuff.
Okay.
Analyze
I-
it first.
So, you can do that in your cargo bay. So what you'll do is you just like open the interior, you put the drone in the bay door, you close the interior, you open the exterior, and you let the drone kind of just like float out and
Yeah, exactly.
basically take a look at the exterior of the ship. So underneath the airlock, you see an explosive charge, probably big enough to tear a significant hole in your ship, enough to vent enough atmosphere and damage your engine, so you also become derelict yourself. On that charge, there's like several wires attached to the airlock that indicate that that is what set off the charge. As soon as you try to detach, the tendrils notified the charge and the charge activated. You also see that the charge is connected to a beacon that is also flashing.
Oh shit. We need to do this fast because they know where we are.
Yeah, they know we're here.
Great. Okay, so Smex, do I have any like previous experience in stuff like this?
Disabling explosive devices, I would say a little bit of experience. Not really enough to do it by yourself. You do have two militarized individuals that may have more experience in explosives, or at least some way of assisting you, at least over comms.
I was infantry, so I suppose I've had some experience of this.
I would say the person who had the most experience would probably be Spike. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll run
so
the
I'm gonna-
analysis.
Okay, so yeah. So what would that be? Analysis.
So,
Study.
If
if
it
yeah, so if we're looking on your thing here, let's see.
doctor includes science, basically.
I would say it would be study or
Yeah.
a rig. If you have no
Yeah,
points
doesn't
in
ma-
that at
doesn't-
all,
Doesn't make either. Well,
That's the thing.
I've got 1 point in inside, so I'll get one in it.
yeah. So if that's the case, you could assist Leonardo. So Leonardo could be like, I see this wire here, this explosive device here,
Okay,
and then you could
saying I
assist
think
him
that
in
goes to
determining
this
how
and-
that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do either of those that I can use bonus off, and I'll also use 2 stress to get one more die.
So first, tell me what you're going to be using, because if you are trying to disarm it right now, that would be a hack. If you're trying to study it, that would be study it to see what kind of explosive it is before you hack it. Then you could use the study and get assistance from Spike for that. So Spike would
Okay.
take 1 stress to give you an extra
Would there be
die.
any-
okay,
What
okay,
good would
let's-
the study? What good would the study do if you studied it? Would you get an advantage then when you tried
I
to
would
hack
lower it from risky to controlled if he hacked
Okay.
it.
Okay, let's
Okay.
do study first.
it? Okay,
I'll
so I'm
go
helping
to-
you with the study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I have 4 stress boxes. Smex, how much do I have? Like maximum, or these are like?
Nope.
excessive?
If it's all filled, then you have no more stress you can take. You'll end up taking trauma, or you
Can
would
I-
opt for a devil's bargain at that point.
Can I
have
take
4 more.
stress?
Yeah, you would do the teamwork, so you take 1 stress and automatically give him a die roll for 1 stress, because you're assisting
Okay.
over the comms by telling him what
Right,
kind of explosive
okay.
it is, or at least
Okay,
assisting
I
with
won't
that.
burn any now, but so yeah, that would be plus 1 die for
Okay.
study.
What I do want to emphasize here is this is a risky. So if you push yourself, you'll get a second bonus die, and then if you get a 4 or higher, you will reduce the hack to a controlled. But if you get a 4 or 5, a complication would occur. So what I'm saying is the more die you put into this one, probably better.
Yeah, hack is
Yeah.
my hack is shit, so I'll use 2 more stress to 1 more die. So
Okay,
2
so
more
you
die.
push yourself and you get an assist. You get 2 bonus die on a risky.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. That's not
Five.
bad. Okay, so you managed to figure out what type of explosive it is. You managed to figure out possibly how to disarm it. However, you have no idea how to turn off the beacon.
Fuck it. We'll just disarm the explosive and, you know.
Okay.
bolt
Well,
it.
let's if you can undock, we can do something later.
Yeah, so you can now use your hack ability, and it is now a controlled hack.
And I'll burn the rest of my stress. So let's do it.
And if Spike wants, he can also assist again by adding 1 more stress to give you an extra die.
I will assist.
Okay, cool.
So
So you, if you push yourself
5.
again, you get another 5. Okay, cool.
Ooh.
crazy roll today.
All right, so you have managed to find a way to undock from the derelict ship. However, the charge was not deactivated, and if you don't leave immediately, you may take some damage to your ship because of that. So, pilot.
Full speed ahead.
Yeah, so you hear Leonardo go over the comms. All right, we're detached. However, the charge is going to go off. Go, 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 go.
All right, well then I fucking go.
So this will be a risky for you.
Okay, everybody, hang on.
And again, you could push yourself to add an extra die if you add 2 stress to yourself.
I'm presuming I'm already gonna get 1 from Ace Pilot.
Yes.
God, I don't remember how stress or de-stressing works.
At the end of the session, you guys have downtime, and then you indulge in your vice to remove some of that stress, and you roll to do that. So that's at the very end of this session. We do that.
It is a bomb, and it's not gonna be good if we get hurt. So sure.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Just chuck everything you can at it. If
Right,
I could help, I
fine.
would.
Yep. So you manage to pull away just enough that the bomb goes off and the derelict ship kind of just like snaps in half from that. The shock wave of it, however, kind of throws your ship off a little bit, so you're not able to get complete control, and your hull does take a little bit of shrapnel damage, but not enough to cause a breach. So your hull will take 1 point of damage, but it could have been far worse. So you managed to pull off of that.
Is the planet habitable?
It's a blue planet. That's all you know.
Yeah. That's what we know.
That's
Okay.
all you know.
But wait. Where's this guy trying to get to?
Oh,
I don't know. But
he was.
I think we want to land.
Yeah, so he was like going in an opposite direction when they got hit by the pirates, and they basically had them kind of like pull over this planet that they were passing by, and then they boarded the ship after they damaged it enough to keep them from going anywhere, and then they just took what they could and tried to leave.
Okay. Speaking as a military man, at the moment we're a sitting duck.
Nope.
We are. If they start scanning,
They're
we're
not here
we're
yet.
a spaceship. If you're on the planet, we're much harder to spot.
Yeah, so you're on a ship. Your ship took like 1 damage, and the pilot, if you take damage, you can tell me where the damage is applied to. So you've got engines, which is 1 damage it can take, hull, which is 3, and comms, which is 1. So you tell me where you want that damage to be taken. I'm assuming you want to take it at the hull.
Oh no, Smex! I want to take it to the end.
Yes, let's make it hard for everybody. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
if you
throw
want to do
that
that,
on the roll.
Perfect.
okay,
then.
okay. All right, so I'm filling in one red line under the hull. So again, minor damage, but you may have to take a look at that after this is all said and done. So,
I'm taking my
yeah.
break
Leonardo,
after this.
more work on your plate.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
we are good. We're able to get out of here, and we know they're not here yet.
Not here
So
yet.
let's fucking book it away from here.
Okay.
We don't need to land on the planet, I don't think. Let's just keep going where we're going to go. Or
Okay.
we can say, hey, dude, where are you going? We can drop you off. Pay me money.
He hasn't got any money. All we can do really is
try.
drop him off to the nearest inhabited planet
I
and
feel
hope
like
that
that's the kind of
somebody will sort him
incentive,
out.
Honestly.
It's a better
Oh,
chance
look,
than he has.
I
planet
found
to
this
go on,
lovely
dude.
planet, Pandora. You should be safe there.
Hey,
Yeah,
the
it's not
guy who tried
an
putting a
unpleasant name
hole
at
in my
all.
head. What's your name?
His name will be Anthony.
Anthony?
Yes.
We'll call him
I
Tony.
hate him already.
Hey, how's it going? I'm a
Well-
Tony. Hey, ooh.
At least it's better than something like toner.
It's true.
You're gonna
Hey,
have to
Tony!
give me some context there.
At least he
It was
doesn't
an
talk in a
old-
stupid Brooklyn accent, even if one even existed in this time.
What is it,
We'll
DD?
invent one.
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, now
It
I
was
want to know.
From an old meme.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I love old memes.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are not landing on the planet. You're just heading in the same direction you were heading before.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't
hopefully a
really
bit-
see any point
Hopefully a
in
bit
landing.
faster.
Okay.
Do we have space for Anthony?
Well, you guys have private quarters you could probably set up in the cargo hold. Unless you want to have Anthony sleep with one of you guys in a twin bed.
Leonardo is locked in his room. He needs his rest. I've been sent into outer space.
Okay.
Diana sighs. I will forgo my room. I will take my refuge in the cargo hold.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Um,
While we're in the cargo hold, I should be looking through the loot that we did take and see if there's anything interesting in there.
so to keep it simple, 2 credits worth of supplies.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Go to
So
my drug
your cargo eye gained you that extra credit. So it would have only been 1
Mm.
credit worth of supplies, but now it's 2 credit worth. So I will actually mark that right now on the ship. Because, yeah, you got back your upkeep costs, basically. So there you go. Win-win.
Yay.
All right. He is asleep in Dee Dee's room. You guys are heading towards the same direction you were heading towards before. And after a minute or two, it actually looks like you picked up a tail. So your scanners
Crap.
see that there is a little blip behind you that is closing fast.
Told you we should land on the planet.
They were faster than I thought. They shouldn't be that fast.
It's a pirate ship, probably. They're going to be fast. They're going to be faster than us. Can we make it to jump point before they get to us is the question.
No, jump point's quite a ways away. They will catch up to you before you get to there. So you still have the option of landing on that planet. You also notice off to the side that there is a asteroid ring around the planet as well. If you want to
Ooh.
find a way to use that, or just land on the
Hide
planet,
in the ring.
it's
We
possible.
hide in the ring or land on the planet.
The interference with other objects may just make you look like another asteroid to them because the asteroids are large enough. But again, you're risking the chance of your ship taking damage from the asteroids that are floating around there.
Yeah, but if we land, we take risk from
Yeah,
damage from
and if-
the atmospheric re-entry.
Yeah. Well,
And
you
they've
won't,
seen
your
us
ship
now.
won't take
No,
damage
they
from the
haven't.
re-entry at all. Your ship's made
Yeah.
to land, but you're not sure what's on that planet. You're not sure if there's like, I don't know, alien dragons that breathe lasers. Like,
But we do know there's some bloodthirsty pirates on our up our arse, so
yeah.
probably
Alright,
that's
I
the
mean,
one we
this
need to
is the
worry about at the
golden
moment.
rule.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it to the
Right.
pilot. He's the pilot. He knows what he's doing.
Majority rule: asteroid path or the planet.
What do you think, pilot? You're the
I can
pilot,
go either way, honestly.
so I think they're less likely to fall into the asteroid belt if there's a risk of collision. They're going to risk collision as well.
Yeah, it's almost suicidal.
Don't tell me the odds.
It's almost what you would call a desperate roll.
A desperate roll, yes. Oh, that'd give you an XP.
No, the thing is, I would probably spend a gambit to make it count as risky instead.
That's the thing. It starts out as desperate, but you can use a gambit to reduce it, but it's still considered desperate at the beginning.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Each time you roll a desperate action, you mark an XP for that attribute automatically. So you skip the playbook XP, and you get to apply it to the category instead.
How many gambits do we have?
You've got 2 gambits.
Where
You
do
haven't
see
used a
them?
single one this session.
No, we haven't. What do gambits do?
Yeah.
Gambits add an extra die automatically.
All right.
So if you can't push
Alright.
yourself anymore and you don't want to do a devil's bargain, you can do a gambit and spend one of those gambits to give you 1 extra die on that roll.
Good
Alright,
luck.
fuck it, punching it.
Okay, cool.
In the interlude, Smex, can I add 1 more XP for the hacking and analyzing stuff?
No, because you did not do a desperate roll.
Well, yeah, but I did something that is like within my class and stuff, you know.
Okay, I need to check that one more time because I want to make sure we're doing this correctly so we are
Because
on
I
the
worked
same
on
page.
a clock with a
Yeah.
regular hack.
So let me pull up your character sheet again here. Okay. Because, yeah, you've done another Dress Tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity. I
I can do
actually...
it 2 times per one thing, but I also have the Tinker, so I don't know how they interact.
Yeah, it has a limit of how often you can use the same one multiple times during the
Yeah.
roll here.
So basically, from what I understand, Tinker gives me +1 whenever I succeed, but I can do it 2 times because it's both the same thing, right? So basically, I can get 4 max from one thing.
Yeah, let me take a look at what Tinker does here. So mechanic Tinker.
It's a starting ability.
There it is. When you work on a clock. Okay, there was no clock though.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that was a clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We
It's
didn't do a
fine, it's
clock
fine.
that
2,
time.
Only
No.
2. Okay.
Yeah, so you just
okay,
get the 2. Yeah. Okay, so pilot, I presume you're going to go straight to the asteroid belt, and you're going to use a gambit to try and navigate through that asteroid belt. The ship will close in on you just enough to take a shot at your ship before you get to the asteroid belt. So you're going to have to maneuver to avoid getting hit.
Is
What
there
kind of-
anything I can do to help with this? Maybe like
Um,
with a tune or something?
Mm.
Tune. Let's take a look here. What can a tune do?
Read the future, please. Help.
Left. No, right. Shit. Oh, no.
Well, yeah,
Go
couldn't there be some
down.
sort of looking slightly into the future sort of thing?
A way you attune to
Predict
the
where
way
it's
to
gonna hit.
communicate with non-sentient species or robots. You sense unseen danger or killing intent. Ah, yeah.
Go.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
you can assist by taking 1 stress to, or actually no, you can use your own ability attune to attempt that. I will say that it's going to be a risky roll. So you can attune with the way to try and communicate which direction he needs to turn, left or right, to avoid getting shot at.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you go ahead and roll for that. And like I said, it'll be a risky. Again, you can push yourself. You guys have 2 gambits, so you can push yourself and use a gambit if you wish. That'll get you an extra 2 bonus die. Or you can save your 2 gambits for when he goes into the asteroid belt and just push yourself to get that
Just
1
give me
die.
one
I-
gambit, that's all I need.
I'll save my gambit.
Okay. So you're going to push yourself instead?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That works.
And then that gives me 1 extra d6, right?
Yep, so you should have 3 total.
There you go.
Not quite. You
Hey.
have to click on the attune in your character sheet.
Oh.
Oh, she already rolled it. It's
Well,
just
it's
for
D6.
the
You rolled it, yeah.
Oh, okay. You got the 4, the 3, and then the 6 because you gave yourself an extra die.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. So yeah, you basically yell out to Silas is like flank or turn left, and then Silas, I'm assuming you comply.
No.
I was gonna say, it's like, what do you mean turn left? Turns right. Straight into the
Get
blast.
shot, guys. Good campaign, everybody.
GG, everyone's dead. Okay.
I would hope you would listen to me.
Listen, you beat me at rock, paper, scissors 6 times in a row. Sure, you get it today.
So yeah, you turn left, you bank the ship left, and you just see these 2 blue arcs of lightning just pass underneath your ship, straight into like an asteroid and explode it. So yeah, good job, avoided that shot. And now you have to roll to maneuver through the asteroid belt.
Can anybody?
Desperate.
Oh, can Diana help with that as well? You know, doing
Yep, she can do it. You can do another
fencing
attune.
stuff or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do this, but again, this is a desperate roll. So if you beat the desperate roll, you can give them directions on how to avoid the asteroid belt.
All right. I'll add 1 more thing of stress and then a gambit.
Okay, so you get 2 extra dice, so 4 total.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, she tells you is like just go straight and then bank right, and you can hear the hesitation in her voice a little bit.
I hear the hesitation. Can I attempt my helm and burn the other gambit?
Yes. Again, desperate roll.
All right. If I burn a gambit, it becomes risky.
Yep.
And then this
And
is
then
a,
you get the 3 die, unless you push
Yep.
yourself and you get a 4th.
we're just going to do so bonus die from gambit.
Yep.
And then I get a bonus die from ace pilot, so that's going to be 2 bonus die, and I'll give it a shot for a 4.
Okay.
All right, 4, not bad.
You got 4. Okay, cool. So you do it, but there is a consequence or harm. Okay, so you do that. You manage to just avoid it by burning the engines past their capacity, and your engines get damaged. You hear alarms going off in your system going as you push the engine past its ability. So it looks like the
I
engine's
hear
got...
the alarm. I yell out, Leonardo, shut that duck up!
I got sent into outer space.
And you see like something flash above your head. It's like you see like red, a compartment just flashing red where the engines are, and it says fire next to that.
Shit, I'm gonna go down with a
Fire
fire
in the
extinguisher.
engine. Somebody get that out.
I'm gonna go with fire extinguisher and get it.
Your propulsion has basically just been cut in half. So you are chugging along at this point. If they don't fix the engines soon, you might get hit by an asteroid or shot again by the ship that's coming up. So
You hear a door slamming on Leonardo, like with bloodshot eyes and a glass of wine in one hand and the repair gear in the other. Heads to the engine parts.
Okay, I'm gonna assist with the fire extinguishers and
okay,
put the fire out.
cool. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna have the ship, the enemy ship, roll because now that's in the asteroid belt, it has to do this too. Because that's only fair, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Fun. Yeah, fucking explode.
Let's see here. We are going to get them to roll. How do I do this? Because this is the first time I've done this myself. I'm going to get them to roll just a flat roll at this point, I guess. And they will have to do a desperate as well. Their pilot will not be garbage, so they will reduce that to risky. I will give
Pirate
them...
pilot.
Let's see. Have them roll
Ireland.
3d6. See if this works. No, I said 3d6. Don't. D6. Can you just.
Do /r space 3d6.
Yeah, r/space 3d6. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still got a
Oh, I
6.
got a 6.
Look at that.
Mm.
Ooh.
This pilot's a champ. Okay. Yeah, he easily navigates through the asteroid belt. Okay, so going back to your ship. Yep, there is a fire. You're assisting to put the fire out with the fire extinguisher, and
Okay, so the stress.
so yeah, you're going to add 1 stress, and then Leonardo, you're going to get an extra die because Spike is assisting, and you realize that one of the couplings has get blown straight off the engine, so you have to replace that
Okay.
coupling with a new
If I
one.
use find ship repair tools, do I get 1 more die?
Find ship repair duels. Does it give you an extra die if you use those?
It's an item. I don't know how it works.
Oh, okay. Does it note that on your thing here? Because I got this.
I have no idea.
Yeah, because there's find mechanics kit and then there's repair tools. There's not really.
Yeah,
a big
mechanic.
distinction
Yeah, other than that, I
Find hacking rig. Find ship repair tools. Let's take a look. See. Okay, that would. Okay, so what I will say is the coupling got blown off. It would be better if you had a spare coupling, which you could go back and get, but that means the enemy ship could have another shot at you. Or you can use your find ship repair tools to jerry rig a solution.
that can work. Yeah.
Okay, this is a temporary solution until you guys are out of danger, and then we
Yep.
need to fix it completely.
Temporary
MacGyver time.
So, MacGyver time. Find ship repair tools will allow you to MacGyver a solution. I will allow you to add a extra die to that. So, for this, you can use, I believe rig would apply,
Rig
or
works, yeah, it's perfect for this.
or scramble, because you're trying to do this quickly. Whatever's higher,
I
rig or
think rig
scramble.
is for repairing because I have construct whisper, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what position would that be? Risky, controlled, desperate?
So, I
Yes, that's-
will say risky, because you don't have the spare part. If you had the spare part, it would be controlled.
Okay. So risky standard. 2 bonus dice, right?
So you get
And 1 from me.
yeah, you that's the bonus die from the assist because he's putting
From
the fire
Spike,
out,
Yeah.
and then the other bonus die is coming from where? Are you pushing yourself or
No, I thought from the rig. No, it's 1. Okay, +1.
+1? Okay, so you get 3 dice total.
Critical. Okay,
Nice.
Mix. Wait, I have feat.
Hmm?
What it's called? Special ability. The first time you roll a critical while fixing or building a particular machine, you may add a simple modification to it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how modifications work.
All right. So what
Make it
modification are you
example
doing
then.
to your engines right now? Small modification, can't be something big.
nature boost.
I don't know cooling system, but you know, I
You
think
you
there's
find a
something
way to
crafted,
reroute
so-
the system to cool the engine, so next time if you were to do an afterburner, it would not catch fire. We can do that.
Yeah.
But that's just for this session, because again, you jerry rigged this.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so yeah, if you push the engines again, pilot, you're fine. You're not going to cause another fire.
Beautiful.
Push the engines is what I heard.
Okay, so yeah, that the engine has now been. I'm still going to mark it as damaged, but we already made note of it that it's basically just jerry rigged, and you guys are going to be okay for it unless you take more damage. Okay,
I
so-
opened the communicator. All systems online, Silas. Pump it up.
there you go. Okay, so now Silas, you're going to need to make another maneuver. This is going to be risky. I've lowered it from desperate because you're in the asteroid belt right now and you're navigating just through it at this point.
Are we still being chased?
You're still being chased. Yep, that pilot on the other ship easily navigated into the asteroid belt. No problem.
Oh, fucker.
Yeah.
Say I've got a mystic on board.
Maybe.
Hey, I got well the first time. I'm running out of room before I start going into trauma, man.
Oh god, how much stress are you at?
I have 4 left.
Oh,
before
that's
I'm-
plenty.
I have
Yeah,
none.
and you all got left, yeah.
Do you want me to try and attune again?
We're being chased by pirates.
Do you want to just throw 1 stress on for an assist, and then I'll just take a bonus die and we call it good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that could be safe. You could assist him like, okay, I think I got it this time.
All right, I'm attuned this time. Watch this. There's a 6.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
All right, so we're gonna say that with that 6, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a bonus. You fly really close to an asteroid that the propulsion of your ship at the end manages to push the asteroid out of orbit just enough to get in line with the enemy ship. So with that bonus, you have now caused a issue for the other ship to try and desperately navigate through.
Thanks.
So I'm going to give
Now
them
watch them
another
fix their way out of
3d6, but it's a desperate roll for them. Oh, come on. There's nothing wrong with my formula. I know how to type. There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
bro. Okay, I'm not
That's
stacking
good.
this.
Yeah.
I swear to God. That pilot on the other ship is an ace or
It's good.
something. He easily dodges that attempt.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like this is going to be game over on session 2, so I'm looking forward to the next campaign.
Yeah, me too.
He is going to try and fire. This is going to be a risky. I'm going to give him 2 dice for this one. Oh, that's 1. Even though I didn't type that. And that's, yeah. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
I'm a
Next is
fucking
trying to
guy,
kill
though.
us.
I'm not trying to.
Solo on the other
Hey.
hand.
Next wants to go on to the next
In-
setting. Done with us.
In my defense, I have never ever rolled this good when I play the other guys. Ever.
Yeah, I vote we go back to the battle for Middle Assured.
Your ship is going to take another damage. Where do you want it to apply? The engines are still
please.
damaged. You got comms and 2 dial.
Oh,
2
please.
Hull, please. Okay. You are leaking atmo at this point. There's a hull breach.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's on me, I'm fixing it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm helping.
Okay.
I'm not very good at anything else.
Yeah, so at this point, you're going to need some spare parts. So you're going to have to head towards wherever you keep those to grab some spare parts, maybe like a panel or something and some soldering tools. Your repair tools you already have on you, but spare parts you're
Yep.
going to have to get. So that'll be
Okay,
your
I'll
job.
do it.
And then, Spike,
Ooh,
you
I'll
could
get-
just go
I'll
and
get-
assess
I'll
the
get
damage.
spare parts.
Actually,
you
I'll
get-
send,
okay.
I'll send. Can I send
I'll-
the Spike to get them?
Yeah, Spike, if you
Yeah,
got an
I'll
extra
get the spare
slot,
part.
you put
That's how I'm
that in
helping.
your slot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say Spike's got the spare parts. You guys start trying to jerry-rig a solution. So there's a hull breach in the cargo hold. You are able to reach it. If it is left to its own devices, it will tear even bigger and bigger until, it tears your ship in half. So you are going to need to figure out a way to fix that. You've got your tools and spare parts. I'm going to make this a risky. It would have been desperate if you didn't have the spare parts. And Spike, you can assist. So you can
Yes.
give him a bonus die. So you have a minimum of 3 die unless you push yourself again. Or you can take, if you're maxed out on stress, you are out of gambits. You can take a devil's gamble if you wish.
Who?
Oh, that would be David, Leonardo.
All right.
Yeah, what?
So Leonardo, you have 2 dice plus the bonus assist.
Yeah.
Are you max on stress right now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so the only option for you right now, if you want an extra die, so you have 3 right now. If you want a 4th, you can take a devil's bargain.
Not yet. I think only if it gets really risky, I need to do that. So
Okay.
what's
You get
We
3
can still
dice.
afford to lose the cause.
risk control desperate?
I'll be right back.
This is going to be a risky,
Okay.
and you get 3
Rather
dice.
than one
Perfect.
bonus.
Okay.
4.
Okay. You managed to solder it enough to have a temporary solution, but you guys are going to need to land, and soon. If you don't, you're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, I told that to Silas. Try to find some place to hide. We can't run for long.
Yeah. you guys are in dire straits right now. If you don't try to land on that planet and try to escape, the way these guys have been maneuvering so far and shooting at you, they are accurate and they are ready to board.
Down to the planet then.
Yep.
Because they're gonna get
Okay. It's up to Silas though. It's like you think you want to land or you want to risk trying to get these guys to smash into another asteroid. Cody, you still there? I think
He got airlocked.
Oh, he got airlocked. He's contemplating his options right now.
Yeah.
I should have became a moisture farmer. Honestly, this would have been way better. Just like chill on Tatooine in a desert, farm moisture, nice quiet life.
It's difficult to get to space.
Back, we're
here.
dead.
Oh,
Hey.
you're not dead. So he managed to jerry rig a minor solution, but if you guys don't land, you're in big
You're
trouble.
cooked.
Yeah.
Okay. One problem at a time.
Yeah. So, you're still in the asteroid belt. This is going to be a risky to get out of it. So, you can go ahead and roll for that. Do what you can. We'll assume that you'll get the bonus die from Dee Dee. I'll just mark that on her sheet right now. She had 2, so she's got 1 left. Okay, so
Gotcha.
you get at least 3.
Well, I was gonna burn stress for an extra, and then ace pilot because this is avoiding consequences for an extra. So let's fucking go.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
Gabe wants us dead.
Jesus.
Fuck, dude.
Oh,
At least it's 4.
oh man. Okay.
God, that's hilarious. Yeah, guys. So what campaign are we doing?
so what I'll
I've accepted defeat at this point.
what I'll say is you've managed to be like, okay, the engines have coolant. I am going to divert as much power as I can to these engines. These calm.
Sorry. If he's doing, engines all in, can I also try to do the desperate measures and like try to make some hack to like, make them go full burst before they explode or something like that?
It's the engines have already been jerry rigged. You rolled high enough to avoid the engines from
okay.
going again, but they are still technically damaged.
Yeah,
So
okay,
the
I was thinking
only
about-
the only 2 slots that are left would be for comms and another hull. But if you do the other hull, you're
We're
floating in
fucked. We did
space.
the whole-
Yeah.
So it is because you rolled a 4, it's a harm or complication or reduced effect, or you end up in a desperate position. So what will actually happen is you manage to navigate the ship, but as you navigate the ship, you turn it at a certain angle that causes harm to a couple people on the ship. So people who would end up taking harm, this will be a we're going to say it's a minor effect to everyone on the ship. So we're just going to call it sprained limb for everybody. So everybody has 1.
We just slam into the side.
Yeah, you got slammed into it. So you're just like disoriented or sprained limb, that kind of thing. So you fill in
I'll
your
go with disoriented.
1 harm effect, either sprained limb or disoriented. Whatever you so choose. So it doesn't just have to be the ship that takes damage. It could be you guys as well.
Can we roll
Okay.
Malik against that, or does that just happen?
That just happens.
Okay.
Because it was like it says if you roll a 4 or 5, you suffer harm or a complication. So
Okay, so
at this point,
down.
your ship has taken so much damage, he had to take a desperate maneuver. Everybody gets injured or disoriented because of that desperate action. Your ship didn't take any damage, but you guys did.
Roger.
Um,
Man, guys, we're going on fucking vacation after this.
you
Yeah.
guys have left the asteroid field. Now
Are we
it's
still
the
being
enemies.
pursued?
You're still getting pursued. Yeah, they need to roll to exit as well. This will be
Roll
a
your
risky
tickets,
for them
Mac.
too.
Don't Don't hold back. Just kill us.
Yeah, go for it.
It's
Han
the
Solo.
fate. It's the fate of the die, my friend. I can't help with that.
Yeah, Han Solo, do it. Yeah,
Okay.
5.
They get out. Their ship takes some minor damage from that. So let's see here. They're going to have. Ooh, actually, their guns are gone. Yeah, because if they take damage to the hull, they implode. They don't want that. So the pilot's just like, oh shit, our particle cannons are down. Damn. So they can't shoot at you anymore, but they do have grappling hooks, and they are close enough to attempt that.
Oh god.
But this will be a desperate, because you guys are moving and maneuvering as well as you can, and they're trying to get a beat on you to fire off the grappling hooks to slow you down.
So you ever seen the fucking fly trying to get out of an open window? Yeah, that's us right now.
Yeah.
So, with a 5, they managed to get a couple of grappling hooks attached to the top of your ship. The third one doesn't attach completely and it flies off. They have slowed you down, but they have not managed to keep you from getting away.
Diane, I hope you can do this laser sword thing and cut it off.
Actually, yeah, that was about to be my idea.
You want to go outside, speeding through space, try to cut free with a grappling hook?
Yeah, go stand out in space. Use your lightsaber to deflect the lasers from us, please. And thank you.
Exactly.
I was thinking of just going up there using the laser sword to cut off the arm hooks.
Okay, so first off, that's going to be a desperate action. Secondly, is that laser sword physically attached to your hand where you just like activate it and it comes out of your hand, or how does that work?
The way it's described, you can focus way energy into your melee weapon while charging. While charged, the weapon cuts through non-shielded materials and can easily gain you potence on melee attacks.
Okay, that would work because you would have a physical blade that you imbue with the power. You wouldn't just have it come out of your hand. So that would be fine. However, I am saying it's going to be desperate because you have to basically turn off the engines, let you float out into space, and cut you free while the ship is trying to dock.
I have the mental image of it being like a sword, because that's just cool.
Yeah.
I have the starting ability Unstoppable.
Yep.
Which means I can push myself to do one of the following perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman. So
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
I could unhook one of the hooks, or keep hold of Diana to make sure she doesn't float away while she's working on this while the ship's still running.
Dave, you're the one that actually saw Firefly, right?
I have seen Firefly, yeah.
Okay. You are armed with a laser pistol. These are not kinetic weapons. So
No.
energy
I'm
based.
not saying.
I'll get to that in a second. Don't worry. I've got a plan for you. Okay. So in Firefly, they had that one episode where, because they had kinetic weapons, there's no atmosphere in space, so they had to put the gun in a spacesuit and shoot it through the spacesuit to disconnect them from the trap, right? You have a laser pistol. You don't have to worry about putting it in a spacesuit and doing all that crap. All you need to do is, 1, you have a spacesuit. 2, you have a laser pistol. Hint.
To stick on the spacesuit and shoot it from the airlock.
There you go. Exactly. You open up the cargo bay hold. You're magnetically attached to the cargo bay. You're not going to go flying out there. And you can depressurize the area so it opens and you're not going to just like get sucked out, right? So you put the suit on, you get your gun, you go to the cargo hold, you open it up, and then aim at the hooks and fire at it and see if you hit.
So are both you and PD doing this?
So Dave would need someone to come with him to depressurize the cargo hold and all that junk. So I'm assuming that's
I'll take
Leo.
care of that.
Oh, okay. Dee Dee will go. Okay. Yeah, because Leo, you probably got your hands full with all the alarms going off and shit flying everywhere and breaking. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm maxing out on fucking stress here.
okay. So
Dude, we all are.
so Dee Dee and you will go to the cargo bay. You depressurize it. You've got your suit on. You've got your gun. The other thing I do want to mention is when that outer door opens, you see the two hooks above you, the two metal cables. You're not
Yeah.
sure if your blaster is going to get through what these things are made out of because they're very strong. I will also mention the ship that has you hooked is coming in quite quickly, but they're slowing down just because you have now stopped. Your engines are like just you're sitting there. You also have a possibility of hitting their cockpit. It's small, it's risky, but if you fire a couple shots off with your laser pistol into their cockpit, you might do enough damage to cause a breach.
Could be really
Okay.
cool.
So,
It
there
would
is
look really cool.
I would say that both of these would be risky.
Yes.
Can I aid with one more stress to use attunement?
Yeah, you can do that. So, Dee Dee, what would you suggest? Help him with the cockpit and shoot that, or help him with the cables and say, hey, aim at this part, it looks weaker than the others?
They would be aiming for. She would say go for the cockpit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Dee Dee will
They've
help
got
you
the
with the
cockpit.
cockpit.
If you fix the cockpit, they're going to stop chasing us.
Oh, probably. And if you hit them enough,
Because
they're
the cables,
probably
they'll carry
not
on.
going to follow you anymore.
No.
Permanently.
Okay.
So, all right.
Okay.
So you take your aim, whatever bonuses you
Two
can add as your
stress.
character.
How many other bonuses can I involve?
So Dee Dee is helping you. You already get one extra die for that.
Yes, I've took 2 stress, so that gives
And
me another
you get
dice.
another die. And then do you have any abilities that can add a third die to that? Because I'm looking here. This would be a scrap. So you already
It'd be
have
a scrap.
two
I have
plus
3 in
another
that lot.
2.
2.
So you got
Yeah,
4
2.
total so far.
Yeah, it's 4 total so far. Can I do anything else?
You're out of gambits, so not there. The only other thing I could really see that you could do is check your special abilities. Anything that might apply to
do you know
them.
what? Do you know what?
Hmm.
Let's do a devil's bargain.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Oh boy.
All right, let's actually look this up because it's the first time we're thinking about doing this. So let's take a look at the rules on that, and we'll see what it says. So, I had the book open somewhere.
I mean, let's face it. If we don't do this,
There
we're
it is.
screwed anyway. So.
I
No, you're
mean,
right, like-
you're not wrong. I mean, this is.
I thought we were gonna explode in the asteroid field because of that 4 and all those fucking 1s, but you know, the game wants us not to play, so who am I to judge?
Apparently, it wants you to play a completely different genre at this point.
I guess so.
Okay. Wow, stupid
You're
rules.
not tough
Consequences,
enough.
harms, effects, action rule summary. Okay, this has got to be it here.
It certainly sounds like fun, doesn't it?
It
Devil's
does,
bargain.
yeah.
20,
So you
21,
automatically get a extra die, but the downside to that is something bad could happen after. And it's just not telling me what I want to look for.
21, 22.
Let's put in Devil's Bargain on here and see if it actually... Oh, here we go. Okay, so Devil's Bargain. Oh, hold on. For another bonus die, you can either push yourself or accept a Devil's Bargain. You can't get dice for both.
Right. You can't
You've
do
already
both.
pushed yourself. So the maximum you can roll is 4. You don't need to do the Devil's Bargain. You're already good. So you roll
Okay.
your 4 and hope for the best.
Okay, so it's scrap. Position is what?
Risky.
Desperate. Risky. Okay. Submit.
Oh, yep. So it's risky, and you get 2
Yeah.
bonus die to that.
I was looking at effects, but we'll just carry on. 2 bonus die. Submit. Come on. Got
It's
a 5.
It's a 5. That's not bad. Okay, so you aim your blaster pistol as best as you can. The cockpit is quite small from the distance where you're at, so you're not sure if you managed to get a hit on it. You can't see it. You fire off, you squeeze off 3 shots into that direction, and you kind of see the enemy ship stop. It doesn't look like it's moving further towards you, but you're not sure if that had much of an effect. So right now, your consequence is uncertainty. So you shot at them, but they're just like sitting there, not moving. Now I will roll a 1d6, and depending on what I roll,
hang
I
on.
will just.
I've got the heritage of Spacer, born on a space station. Can I use that to sort of
Born on a space station.
see if that gives me any clue? Because I'm used to spaceships and stuff.
How would that apply in this situation? Give me some more details
Okay.
on why that would work.
It's to do with my understanding of how spaceships behave. The spaceship behavior has changed as a result of what I've just done.
That's a bit of a reach. No, sorry, I can't really allow for that.
Okay,
but
it's worth trying.
Yeah, yeah. If you were like, I don't know. Yeah, this is not going to apply in this case. So I'm gonna leave it up to fate. Let's see what they roll. Okay. So they rolled poorly. So what ended up happening is you, from what you can see, the ship just kind of is sitting there, and you see some kind of like just like a little it's a blowout off in the distance. You see like little pieces of something fly off, and then 2 figures just out
float out
the front.
Yeah. Excellent. Right. Okay. What I want to do now, hopefully, is help Diana cut off these bloody cables so we can get free.
Sure. At this point, the other ship isn't moving. You're not sure what they're dealing with right now, but you're pretty sure that the pilot and co-pilot are now popsicles.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm pretty sure that we don't want to be attached to that ship.
No, definitely not. So at this point, yeah. So she can put on her spacesuit. She can come out with her sword, and we'll say you. I'm not even going to have you roll for this because you're just literally sitting there. It's not going to be hard to cut these with your sword. You imbue it with your power, and you slice these cables like a knife through butter.
Sweet.
And with the help of Spike, you and him lift off the hooks and just kind of like push them off the ship. So all 3 hooks, or all the 2 hooks that were in your ship, are now freed off, and you guys are good to go.
Yeah. Okay. Let's land and do some repairs.
All right. So with that, you guys get back on the ship. You close the airlock. You repressurize, and you tell Silas to go. Silas, you take the ship down into the planet's atmosphere to assess damage.
Are you sure you don't want me to pilot check that and roll 4 fucking ones?
I'm saving you the stress of that. You are out of danger. Okay. You're out of combat. We're going to now just leave that be. So, this planet is a tropical planet. It's just got like the wildlife is non-threatening. It's just a bunch of like weird alien-looking birds and 3-eyed dolphins and 2-headed turtles and whatnot. You managed to land on a nice beachfront property that you wish you could afford, but probably won't be able to anytime soon because of all the damage your ship has taken. You assess the damage. There is a major hull breach in the cargo bay area that is going to cost you a significant amount of time, energy, and money to fix. The engines thanks to your mechanic, are basically
He's almost dead, by the way.
jerry-rigged enough to get you to a nearby spaceport, and give you enough power to at least limp your way to a nearby spaceport to get the parts to fix the engine and the hull. Luckily for you, your comms are still working, so you're able to radio anybody nearby, a nearby spaceport that may be on this planet. They can give you instructions on where to land, refuel, and repair your ship.
Okay.
As Leonardo reads all of these things listed on the list, he falls down on the beach, head first, and probably falls asleep.
We're all pretty knackered, to be honest.
He reeks of some cheap wine and the beer that he stole from the ship, so yeah.
Well, Spike, you got your wish. We landed on the planet.
Now you guys get to enjoy a lovely vacation of alien coconut water and uncertainty.
We're alive.
Yes.
We're alive.
You're alive.
And we're not being chased by pirates.
Mm-hmm.
I think I get the vengeance arc after this.
Diane just kind of walks over to the coast side and then just sits down and meditates.
I'm probably just going to get out and throw up somewhere.
All right. Woof. That was a rough one.
That was a rough ride, yeah.
As a just a heads up, the ship that I used, the pirate ship that I used, they don't have any schematics for custom ships for this at all. So I gave them a fire drake. So the fire drake has one weapon, which is particle cannons. I gave them grappling hooks because they're made to board ships, but I didn't give them anything else. So they have one hull point. So if they took any damage to the hull, they're done. So they have to have it applied to other parts of the ship first.
They had Han Solo piloting this thing.
Yeah. But they didn't. Yeah, Han Solo, who was a crack shot, but not with a pistol.
Nelson, I don't know.
Yeah. So they had an ace pilot, but damn, that was a good shot, I'll say.
Yeah, he doesn't breathe atmosphere terribly well.
No. He can't breathe space, bitch.
Yeah, you fucking had the Saving Private Ryan moment of just sitting there with a pistol gunning at a tank, and it worked.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
I was thinking the sniper. He's just like reciting like old Bible quotes. And I said unto him, "Heather be the Lord, and hell followed with him." Pew, pew, pew.
No, I think his last words were, "You couldn't possibly hit with that pistol at that range."
Never done this before. That was new. Yeah, look at that.
Plot armor.
Lasers do work in space.
Yes, hurrah!
All right. So yeah, at this point, we can do your guys' downtime. You can indulge in your vices. We can get that done, and then get your stress reduced. And also, we can work on getting that the ship repaired and everything. So if you guys want to RP your downtime, we can do that now, or we can just do the mechanics of it and then leave that alone.
I'll say next time because I gotta go to sleep soon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put a pin in that for next time. We'll do the downtime and the repairs at the beginning of next session.
Yeah, we can have an RP session next time where we're all like, Silas, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
I'm fine with an RP session. I can put in a light side mission for you guys to do while you guys lick your wounds and do your downtime and everything. We can do that.
This was supposed to be a light side mission.
It was kind of supposed to be an easy one. I didn't expect it to go sideways that much, but it is.
That made it interesting.
When the game hates you.
It did work out in your favor. That definitely is like on the raggedy edge. It definitely emphasized that part of this.
Next, every roll I had was
RPG.
a 5. It couldn't be, more hard.
That's why. I think it's funny how it's just like the only way to avoid any consequences whatsoever is get a nat 20, or
Yeah, that's like
in this case, a
bullshit.
natural
Works
6.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, and then minor harm is like a 4 or 5. So I'm just like, taking damage on a 4 or 5 is not exactly fair. So that's why I was like, oh, harm. Let's just get everyone else injured, and we could do it that way. Yeah. I am learning this system as well, so I try to change things a bit to make it not so difficult. But I think this system really wants to emphasize the precariousness of your mortality, and it does
Well, I
a
think
very
that's
good
really
job
decent,
of that.
That really did screw this up. I've got one question. In the playbook advancement section, it says you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background. I can find heritage and background, but I can't find anything about beliefs and drives.
Beliefs would be something that would apply to like a mystic, because mystics have beliefs. They have like a
Right.
religious system. They believe in the way, that kind of thing. So if we were to really push it, that's kind of like the RP side of this. So in order to give yourself more XP, this is where you would RP your character and talk about your background, your beliefs. Like, you guys have conversations about, oh, the old war, blah, 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 this happened, and that's why I do this now. And
Do I
that's
get the bonus because
kind of
I
thing.
struggle with issues of my vice with drinking and all that?
that's the taking that's the vice. So that would apply to your stress and not to advancement. So
Yeah, I know.
before I let everybody go, I just want to make sure everybody has their playbook XP marked to what they've already done.
Alrighty.
So has everybody marked the XP that they gained, or have any questions on if they can gain any XP, what they can apply that to based on
This
your
is why I
playbook?
was asking about beliefs and drives.
Yeah. Okay. So, give me an example of what you did in this session that would be beliefs or drives that would maybe apply to this.
I used the way several times.
It's true.
Yes,
I
but that's not
referred to my-
expression. Again,
Oh.
expression is RP based.
I
Oh.
referred to my background in order to know where to check on the derelict ship.
Yeah. And then struggling with issues from vice or traumas during the session. So that's like you got PTSD, or you're dealing with your vice during the session. You could put a point into that. Majority of the things that you guys did were more mechanical in nature. So you addressed a tough challenge with force or threats. Dee, I will give you a point at least for cutting those cables free. I'll be generous and say that counts towards that. So you should have a total of 2 XP on your playbook. As a matter of fact, I think a minimum of 2 XP should be on everybody's playbook.
She should have
Can I-
3 because she did make a desperate roll.
She did. She got a point for that already. So she has 2 total.
Because at the end of each session, okay, I address a tough challenge with forceful threats. Did that once earlier, but also I did it right at the end.
Yeah, your
shut out the
shot
cockpit.
your shot that you made definitely would count towards a
Yeah.
point on that. I'll give you that
Yeah.
much. Yeah. And then Silas, you're good. You've got all 4 of yours. And then Leo, you have 4 as well. And Diana, you should have at least 2. Okay, so you have-
How come 4? Smack, sorry, I think I got 2.
Let me take a look at yours again here. Is yours even coming up on my screen? Hold on. Is it? Hold on.
Yeah, like I have
What's
2.
going on here?
Only for
I've got Spike. I've got Silas. I've got.
tough challenge and
Oh,
skill
they're
or
underneath here.
intermediate.
Okay, you do have 2. Okay, yeah, because you did the 2 rolls for that. You did the.
Yeah, I maxed out on the tough challenge and skill. Other 2 I didn't like really get to.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
2 you didn't get to. Okay, and then Diana, you have 3. I know you've cut the cable. What was the other 2 from?
Wasn't it using the beliefs?
Then,
Twice.
She-
cutting the cable, doing the desperate measure roll, and then
Yeah.
I believe there was something to do with succeeding with the attune.
Oh, Smacks, I also did I roll desperate actions? I didn't, right?
No, you did not.
No, I don't think I did either.
Me and Dee Dee.
No. So yeah, it was just Silas that rolled a desperate. Because there was only 1 there, and he was able to reduce it to risky because of your ability, but it still counted as a desperate.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
because you got that, you do not put one of those points into your playbook. You immediately put one of those points into one of the bars there. So what you used it for. So you used your prowess. So you move one of those bars to your prowess right now. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. So now you have 3 that you can put anywhere else you want to.
I should probably.
That's
throw
how
that
those
at
work.
L.
So we'll hold off on moving those points for now. I just want to make sure everybody's got the points that they need. So I just want to confirm with Diana. So she's got the attune, she's got the desperate, so she has at least 2. And then the third one was from what? Oh, she didn't. Oh, sorry, she didn't have the desperate. She removed the cables. That's one. She did the attunement.
She had a desperate as well because she
did
initially going into the
initially
before. Was that a risky or was that? Desperate?
That was a risky. It wasn't.
Oh, okay. Then I misinterpreted.
Yeah.
No, I only
then
got 1.
it wasn't.
But I haven't used the 2 XP I had to start off with, so I have 3.
Oh no, you did use the 2 XP because the 2 XP is already in your resolve from the first session.
Oh.
So you should only have 2. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got 2 that you can put anywhere you want on there. But again, we'll hold off on that until next session. We'll deal with the downtime.
Max. There is a desperate. Or are we saying she doesn't have a desperate one?
She didn't have a desperate one. You were the only one.
A desperate one for a tune. It's the one she got 1 and 3 twos.
1 and 3 twos. 1 and 3 twos.
It's right above mine for Helm, and right after
Yes.
her.
Yes, no, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, mine for Helm. 1 and 3 twos.
1 and 3 twos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing it writes these in because then we could double check that here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to still find it here, guys. Risky.
I get the screenshot. It's right after you rolled 1-6, and then we're like, oh, there's no way.
Oh, the 1-6 and the tune. They were desperate. Yeah, 1 and 3 twos. She rolled the desperate, and then the rules say if you roll the desperate and succeed, or you just roll the desperate. Let's take a look.
Every time you roll a desperate action.
Anytime you roll it, she can apply it. Okay, so yeah, you can take that point and immediately put it towards your resolve. So your resolve should now have 3 in it, and then you have 2 that you can use towards anything. So yeah, you did do a desperate, so you automatically get 1 XP point in resolve. So your resolve bar should have 3, and then your playbook should have 2 to put anywhere else, and then you're good there. Okay. I think we've covered everybody. Yeah.
I didn't use my XP, but.
Oh no! Like I said, don't use your
Reading
XP yet. We're gonna apply that after.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Next
Okay.
week, yeah.
All right.
deal
So
with
that
Okay.
works.
Yeah. Right.
Cool.
Okay. I need to go. So
I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
that was unexpectedly exciting.
Good
That
game,
was
guys.
Somehow.
I'm glad you made it out alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Thanks,
I'm
then.
just
See you
glad.
next week.
I God,
You're just like, what?
I'm just glad God fucking you lost so many times.
Yeah, that was rough.
Okay.
Very
Bye.
excited.
All right. Have a good
Later.
night. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.